Here we go. Real quick, Paul Cheji, I don't know how to pronounce that shit. I'm sure I'm fucking it up. Dukalux, Mass V dot underscore Dre 100 was good. Joe Blast was good. So what's good with you, Miles? How you been, fam?
I mean, I've been pretty good, but I had caught a bug when I went to New York, and so.
You got the vid or something else?
No, just regular flu shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm still coming out of it, but I'm closer. I'm closer than I was. I'm closer back to normal than I was before. So I gotta be grateful for that.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. What's going on with you though?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I got a lot of changes with my life and shit that I might address at some point. But I got a lot of shit, bro. One thing that I learned about life is the more things change, the more they stay the same. But when I say stay the same, I mean I stay the same. So no matter what changes around me, I stay the same. And one thing about a man is you're always going to have challenges.
Facts.
Some of them it's going to be uncomfortable, and you ain't going to like the feeling of those changes or those challenges. But it's meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But we adapt, though. That's what we do. We adapt. We don't accept bullshit, but we accept shit that we can't control, and we just deal with it the best way that we can.
Facts.
AT was good. Oaktown's finest. Nas Radden. I might be fucking that up. Mr. Dan. So real quick, gentlemen, y'all see the title. Take off that mask and be yourself with women. Now, before we get into this, Miles, you got anything you want to plug? Anything coming up?
Hell yeah, man. As always, man, make sure y'all go to badboymembership.com and so y'all can get the 45 to 90 minute step-by-step tutorials on dating and how to deal with women from Mr. Lucario. And then you could also go to masculineidentitymembership.com and get, the masculine identity coaching from your boy Miles Cunningham, where we got videos that go really deep into the conversation, and we also provide action plans on what to do for how to be grateful, how to be confident, and how to become more of the higher version of yourself as a man. So go to those two websites, badboymembership.com and masculineidentitymembership.com.
That's what's up. And it's funny that you should mention masculine identity, because this goes to the title. Take off that mask. This is what I want guys to understand. Once you know who you are and you accept it, you accept who you are. Now, if you got some fucked up shit going on, you got to change that shit.
Right.
But once you sit back and you say, you know what? I like who I am. I love who I am. And once you get to that point, what you're going to do is you're going to reveal that person to the people you meet. A lot of guys, most guys, I would say, they don't really reveal who they truly are to women right away.
Right.
Okay? And there's a reason for that. And the problem is when you don't reveal who you are right away and you conceal it and you reveal it later, that's where you have trouble with women, because now you look like the guy who's being inconsistent. And I'm gonna get into that in just a moment, but let me say this to Dave G with the $5. What's cracking like an OGs, man? We're doing good, bro. About to get into this. So I want guys to understand. Authenticity and vulnerability takes practice. Okay, let me say that again. Let you guys understand where I'm trying to go with this. Authenticity and vulnerability takes practice. What I mean by that is this. The more honest and truthful you are about who you are, the more vulnerable you are, because you open yourself up to ridicule. Because y'all got to remember that the majority of people in society, men and women alike, they operate based on social conditioning. Okay, now privately maybe not, but publicly they definitely do. So when you come out the gate and you are your authentic self and you are truthful and you go against the grain of what society has told you, this is the customary way to behave, people are going to question you. They're going to challenge you. They're going to judge you. We'll use Lucario as an example, right? He has a wife, open marriage. He has, April, open relationship. He gets a lot of pushback. He gets a lot of dudes talk a lot of shit about his situation, because to them, what he's doing goes against the grain of what they've been conditionally believed. Or Socially conditioned to believe. Okay, all
Right.
right. Because in their mind, they think that a sexually exclusive monogamous relationship is the best way to go. And that's the only way to go if you're going to be in a relationship. So when they see someone like Lucario or even other people on social media talk about polyamory relationship, they're like, man, fuck all that, man. That's fucked up. And my thing is, you can still desire what you desire without being judgmental. But the reason why you judge is because someone else's truth interferes with your social conditioning. It goes against the grain of it. It makes you feel uneasy. So guys can't fathom the prospect of, so I'm going to willingly be in a relationship where my woman is doing shit with other dudes. My thing is, but you would rather settle for the lie, the comfortable lie.
Right.
Right? And that just because a woman tells you she's faithful, you're willing to believe that because it's comfortable to you. It makes you feel safe. Right? But go ahead, man. You got something you want to add to that, fam?
Oh, no, I was just getting ready to cough. You can finish up.
Okay, no, and I just want to add, again, when I say take off that mask and be yourself with women, a lot of guys don't understand that being yourself, it shouldn't take courage, but unfortunately it does. It shouldn't. You should just roll out of bed being yourself. But unfortunately, a lot of you guys, you've been wearing your mask for so long, it's going to take courage for you to take it off and step to women and let women know exactly who you are. And one of the things I said about compatibility, because any relationship you have, whether it be one of your partners, co-worker relationships, sibling relationships, parents, or these women, there has to be compatibility. There has to be harmony without conflict within that relationship for that relationship to be fruitful for both. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with a lot of you guys is you're so worried about being accepted by women. You're so worried about being on a woman's good side that you're like, you know what? I'm going to say and do the things that I think that will help me get to where I want to be with her. Instead of me just telling her who I am, let me just say things that are appeasing to her, that pacify her. This is why when guys say, oh, some women ain't cool with you talking about sex right away. So sometimes you just can't do that. So what you're saying is you can't be yourself. You can't be honest. So what you're going to do is say, let me say and do the things that I think she would approve of. Because she wouldn't approve of me being straightforward and straight up like I really want to be. So let me put on this mask and pretend that I'm the patient, tolerant guy. But in reality, you're not. You got it, Phil.
Yeah. You know, what I'll say about this topic is that a lot of guys, you know, they live in social media. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of dudes really think social media is the real world. And it's, you know, it's kind of, it's crazy how we had how life was before, where a lot of dudes was living vicariously through other dudes. Like, you know, we would look at celebrities. We would look at like maybe our older brother or the guy in our circle who got the most bitches. So we try to be like him and so on and so forth. But now it's even worse, where it's like the image of the guy that we want to be like is right here in our phones. Like, it's on social media. You understand? And it's further away from us, but it actually seems closer. You understand? So many dudes fall into the psychology, or fall into the narrative of wanting to be something that they're not. And what a lot of people don't understand is that being something that you're not provides you an experience that is not tailored for you. Being something that you're not provides you with a life that is not really yours. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people forget, and that's what a lot of people fail with, because you want to be the guy that gets a lot of girls. Not really because you know how to deal with a lot of girls, but because you think that that's what's going to make you feel better about yourself, or you think that's what's going to make you lit, or you think that's what's going to give you a bunch of followers on Instagram, or you think that's what's going to make people think highly of you. You understand? And it's like, and when you break it all down, you're really just the type of nigga that wants one girlfriend you just want to be you just want to find a decent woman and settle down. You really just want to start a family and be a regular ass, square lace dude. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like all these dudes out here is running around doing a whole bunch of shit that have nothing to do with them. You understand? And you even see it with us, where it's like I know where we give a lot of rules to the game, and we kind of help guys to move strategically in certain areas of life. But dudes will listen to us, right? And then they'll do something. And then they'll call us up, or they put a question in the chat. Oh, so, I was on a date with this girl and she was acting this way, so I ended the date. Did I do the right thing? And it's like, nigga, did you get rid of the disrespectful bitch or not?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck you asking me if you did the right thing now for? You understand what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm your coach and I'm coaching a football team and I tell y'all niggas, yo, work real hard, work together, and score touchdowns. When you score a touchdown, you're not going to run to the coach and say, hey, coach, we scored a touchdown. Did we do the right thing? You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, dudes don't know themselves to the point where even when you already coach them, after they do what you told them, they still don't know if it's the right thing. Because the whole time they wasn't even there. They had no idea of themselves so much that even though you're giving them the information to help them be themselves, they still don't know if they're themselves or not. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, I was talking to this girl and then she ghosted me. She stopped texting me. So I charged her to the game. I was just calling in to find out if I did the right thing. And it's like, nigga, the bitch stopped calling you. She ghosted you. Like, of course you did the right thing. Oh, yeah, I was just calling in to check just to make sure, because what you mean? You understand? So it's like, even though we're here, even though we tell these dudes like, yo, this is how the game works. This is what you need to do. If a chick ain't doing because here's the thing, they still don't understand the mentality of who they are.
Yep.
Even in reference to the rules that we lay out for them. So when we tell them, most women that you fuck with are going to get charged to the game, they still don't fully understand what we mean when we say it. We understand it because we know that as men, our time is valuable. We understand that we already hold value in our identity and who we are. We've been building up our own shit for years and years. So if a bitch want to act stupid, she's out of there. No question. I don't have to come to K Zaggin and say, yo, K Zaggin, this girl was acting crazy and I charged it to the game. Did I do the right thing?
Bro, if you ever did that, Miles, I would lose respect for you, bro. I gotta be honest, I would. What are you asking me this shit for?
I would never have to come to K Zag and ask him, yo, K Zag, did I do the right thing? And that's because when I make a decision for myself based on game, I'm making this decision because I know Miles Cunningham has zero tolerance for disrespect or friction when it comes to bitches. And I knew that early. So after I embraced the game, there's nothing for me to question. But a lot of y'all niggas, y'all watch our shows wearing a mask
the whole time.
All right, perfect example. We had a joint yesterday where the nigga asked the question, yo, so Miles, when we use your, listen, literally what he said, when we use your line of is there anybody in your life that would have a problem with us going out for dinner or going out for drinks?
Yes.
Is that considered direct or indirect if I'm trying to have sex?
You see.
You're obviously wearing a fucking mask, because when Miles Cunningham asked that question to a bitch, Miles Cunningham is giving a woman to go out on a drink date with him because Miles Cunningham is just trying to see if the bitch is even worth his time. Forget fucking the bitch. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find out if the bitch is worth my fucking time. So if she knows how to follow instructions and meet me on a drink date, looking nice, fucking acting, compatible, and showing that she got some type of interest to fuck with me, then we can move forward. But see, that's why I asked that question. Why the fuck are you guys asking the question?
Hold on, Miles. I don't think they understand something. I'm gonna bring up something. The reason why you do what you do is because you know your identity.
Exactly.
So you're doing it based on who you are. They're doing it based on, that was some fly shit he said. I'm gonna use that. But see, but they don't understand how deep that goes with you. Like, this is part of who I am.
Facts.
I'm not saying it. Yeah, it might be some cool shit that you heard, but I say it because this is me talking. They're trying to replicate something that they're not. They're not Miles Cunningham. But you got it, fam.
No. I mean, that's pretty much it, man. It's like, the mask is, a lot of guys don't even know that they're wearing a mask. And like I said, like they'll watch our shows thinking that this is the place to be if they don't want to wear a mask. You understand? They thinking they think that just by listening to us, they're getting to the real shit. When it's like, bro, you're still not who you are. Like, you're still not that guy. And that's a big part of the reason why there's so many dudes that like call us up trying to like discredit us, ask for receipts, fucking try to find contradictions in the things that we say, and all of this shit is because it's something about them where they're still being very deceptive to themselves, even while they're trying to learn the truth from us. You see what I'm saying? So,
oh my God, that's some real shit. We're getting on calls right now, though, right?
Yeah, we're getting on calls. But guys, call in 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224.
Let me say this. When we talk about take your mask off and be yourself with women. Now, if you don't like who you are, which I believe the majority of men, whether on YouTube or off, I believe the majority of men, they don't like who they are. They don't, because if you liked who you were, why would you not represent yourself to the fullest to women when you first meet them?
Right.
Like as an example, I'm a very sexual person. Okay, I love talking about fucking. I'm with the sexual innuendos all day. That's part of my repertoire. When I have conversations with women, whether when I first meet them or I'm in a relationship later, I'm still that same guy. So when I meet women, I introduce them to the guy they're gonna meet later. Me, I'm gonna be consistent with how I come at you. So right. there's not gonna be a situation where 6 months later, who are you? Who are you? And this is where a lot of guys run into issues, because when you wear your mask, it's kind of like this. I put it to you like this. Like, guys, they always talk about how women use guys for dates, for instance. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they would say to themselves, if you didn't want to have sex with me or you weren't genuinely attracted to me, why would you go out on a date with me? Why not just tell me that you're not interested in me and let me make the decision? Okay, so she's wearing a mask. Okay, but you wearing a mask too, because if you were interested in sex, how come you didn't tell her that before you offered the date?
Mm.
So basically you have two individuals who are wearing masks sitting across a dinner table from each other. And neither one of them were transparent and honest about how they really felt about the other person. But right. My thing as the man, though, that's on you, though, because you're the one who controls where you should be, controlling the dynamic and the flow of that interaction to where it can go where you want it to go. I want guys to understand something. This is why you see all the viral videos of dudes flying chicks out and dudes making videos mad at the chick because the chick don't want to fuck. Or the dude taking a chick to dinner, and towards the end of the dinner date, he's trying to split the bill with the chick because you don't want to have sex.
Mm.
If he wore his mask the whole time.
Right.
He wore his mask up until the time it was time to pay, and he said, I'm ready to take my mask off now.
Right.
And let her know I want sex before I pay. So when he took the mask off, now she's looking at him like, if this is what you wanted, you could have been just told me this. If this is what you was about, because this is what guys got to understand. Although women know for the most part that you being a strange man hitting on them, although they know you want sex, you can confuse them. Okay, now, all guys want sex, whether you want it on the front end or the back end. But you can confuse women where they still know you want sex, but your actions might appear as a guy who ain't pressed. And you're down to get to know her, and then sex will come later. That's the impression that you're giving. So right. When you very first meet women, and you don't say anything about sex, you get her phone number, you call her up, you don't say nothing about sex, and then you offer a date. Then you take her out on a date, and then you try to mention sex towards the end of the date. Number one, if she was sexually attracted to you, you would have saw that during the course of the date.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't have been no need for you to really mention anything. All you gotta do is grab her hand, let's get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you've been on dates where you don't gotta use the word fucking or sex. It's already understood through her actions and your actions that the vibe is there. You know what? Let's go ahead and finish up our drinks and take this back to my spot.
Mm-hmm.
She already know what it is because the energy is there. But the problem with a lot of guys, they'll go out on a date, the woman will show no sexual interest whatsoever. But because they're paying, they want to know, before I pay, can I get some pussy out of this? Then you take your mask off and you reveal yourself and a woman don't like you. She don't like that version of you. Now, it could be said that if you would have revealed that about you in the very beginning, she still wouldn't have liked it. But wouldn't it have made sense for you to reveal that shit about you in the beginning and you could avoid wasting your time on that date?
Facts.
So basically, you're out on a date with a woman, you're not compatible, you want her for sex, she don't view you that way. So in essence, you wasted your time and her time when all you had to do was take off your mask when you very first met her, and you could have avoided all that. Shout out to Steve the Dean. Get the likes up. Support the movement. Yes. Get the motherfucking likes up. Support the movement. Okay, hold on real quick, Miles.
All right. Yeah, fellas. So, yeah, man, take off the mask, man. Stop playing, man. Take off the mask and call in 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. Y'all could call in, man. Share y'all stories, talk about your simp moments, and see if we could get some help for y'all. I'm still dealing with my little cold situation or whatever. Shout out to Jay Sean Harris in the chat, man. Joe Blast, Lord Jefferson, Rod Kelly, Fernando Faith, Mikey, Edward. All right, so yeah, but y'all could call in. Y'all go ahead and call in 516-387-1224. Jay Roman, what's going on? Yeah, man. So yeah, like we were saying, when you got your mask on, remember, it's not gonna be the experience that you get is not gonna be for you. You understand? You have to be willing to deal with what is for you, and that's what a lot of people don't want to deal with. You understand? A lot of people don't want to deal with what's for them. Sometimes you gotta take the cards that are dealt to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Take the cards that are dealt to you. Like you born a certain way, then ain't no sense complaining about it. You have to go with it and live the life, live the authentic experience based on what you was given. You understand? You know, everything about you makes a difference, you know, from your name to, you know, your height, your looks, your skin color, you know, the way your face is. You know, some of us is born with, like, you know, Down syndrome or autism, or, you know, you look funny, you shape funny, you got a crooked smile, like whatever it is. The bottom line is you got to accept yourself and live a type of life that you can be proud of. And the pride that I'm talking about is not, the source of that pride shouldn't be from anybody else or any other, like, you know, source of validation. Like you trying to prove something to other people, or you trying to get, you know, applause or attention from other people. You should be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, you know, am I satisfied with my life, or is there things that I can do better? And then, you know, a part of the journey is working on ways to make it better. You understand? If you're trying to make more money, then get your hustle on. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get some type of physique, then, you know, get your ass in the gym. Like you know, you trying to last longer in bed, then, you know, you need to beat off and learn how to control your fucking sensitivity, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's, and the cool part about life that I'm starting to realize is that the struggle is what makes life exciting. Like having something to do, having something to work towards, having something to challenge you. You understand? A lot of us don't want to embrace challenge. A lot of us just want to fucking, you know, get all nice and cozy and comfortable and never have to do anything. And it's like, that's not really living. You understand? That's not really living. Living is when you can work through the struggle, and then after the struggle, you get to enjoy the spoils of your labor. You get to enjoy the products of your effort. You get to enjoy the return on the investment of hard work. You understand? And sometimes when you take off that mask, you're faced with the truth about some of the hard work and struggles that you got to deal with. And that's why so many of us wear masks. That's why so many of us act like, we don't want to deal with certain things. We don't want to like fuck with certain things. We don't want to have to deal with the problems that come and that are associated. Shit, truth be told, a lot of dudes who listen to us, they listen to us and they live vicariously. They can't actually fuck with what we saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I talk about like, you got to charge a chick to the game. Like you might be on a date. Shout out to William Kime for the $5 super sticker. You might be on a date with a badass bitch. And I've been there. You might be on a date with a badass bitch, but she being disrespectful, or she's showing you a lot of red flags, or she's showing you a lot of indicators that she's not truly interested. And then it's time for you to end the date. It's time for you to tell her, hey, I realize this ain't really going the way I wanted it to go. You a cool girl, but you ain't for me, so we could just end it right here. I'm gonna get the check and, you do what you do. You know what I mean? A lot of you niggas, y'all be in a situation like that, bro. And that's the last thing you want to do, because you still thinking, man, maybe I could figure out some type of way to smash this girl. Maybe I could figure out some type of way to, to give her my penis. You understand? Because I want to get that pussy. I don't want to leave pussy on the table. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that in a way that's you putting on a mask. You understand? Because you getting to fuck that woman is a falsehood. Because if you really don't like her character and you really don't like what's going on, why would you want to bless her with extra time and attention, especially extra time and sexual attention? You understand? That's not really what you want to do. I mean, because look, you could be on a date with a chick where you know that is not really going to work out, but she's showing chemistry and cooperation because both of y'all want each other sexually. That's something different. You understand what I'm saying? But when you moving close to a chick and she moving back, or you tell a chick to sit over here, she don't want to sit over there. Or every time you say something, every time you say A, she says negative A. Every time you say B, she says negative B. And you see this. And this is how the date been going the whole fucking time. And it's niggas out there, y'all will not end the date because you still think that just for the fact that she's still sitting here, that there's a chance that you might try to get the fuck. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, why would you want to fuck somebody that has no chemistry with you, that not interested in anything you saying? You understand what I mean? Like you guys are looking for this. A lot of y'all niggas, y'all might as well go fuck a prostitute. You understand? You might as well go fuck a prostitute. And again,
exactly.
This is why it's like, look, we make fun of the passport bros here and there, but honestly, there's nothing really wrong with it. You understand? It's like, look, do what you got to do, but the only thing we try to encourage is to still take off the fucking mask. So meaning to be honest about what it is you're doing. So a lot of y'all niggas, y'all on an actual date with an actual woman who's not a prostitute, but you already know that this woman is trying to put you through the ringer, but you don't care. You already know that she's not feeling you like that, but you don't care. So that means you're already selling your soul. You're already sacrificing your identity. You're better off leaving that woman alone and going overseas to fuck a prostitute.
Well, see, Miles, on some real shit, I would even say this. The thought process of, oh, I just can't say I want to fuck her. I at least got to take her out on a date and show her that I'm a quote unquote gentleman and that I'm quote unquote thoughtful and considerate. Even that's wearing a mask because you're doing something based on what you think she would prefer you do.
Right.
Because if you really, because here's the reality of it. Here's the reality. And guys can say what they want. But if guys were offering dates to women and women started saying, we don't got to do a date. We can just go to your house and fuck. That's what they would prefer. They would prefer it for it to be that easy. And it could be that easy if you were the one that came out and just said it. But what it really is they want the sex so bad, they're willing to do what they gotta do. And they're willing to basically sell the woman a dream as to the type of guy that they're not.
Right.
because they don't want to come across, I don't want to come across as a guy who just wants sex, but you are. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be mad at a chick who after the date didn't want to fuck you. You wouldn't be mad because the date that you did wasn't about fucking. It was about just making sure that her head was on right, making sure you guys are compatible so you can move the interaction forward. If that was the real reason for the date, there would never be any expectation of sex after you spent money on dinner.
Right.
But the reason why you expect it is because you assumed if I do it this way, and if I say these things to her and make it seem like I'm not one of those guys that just want sex, then by virtue of that, I'll get sex by osmosis. It'll just happen because I'm not pressed for it. But you are pressed for it because you're pretending to get it. See, this is why I say when guys are direct, you're not pressed for sex because you understand that being direct, there are going to be women who want to play with you that you could possibly get sex from if you played her game. But what you're saying is, I'm not playing your game. This is what I'm trying to do. If you ain't what I'm about, if you ain't trying to do what I want to do, then I'm gonna leave you where you stand. So what we're saying is, yeah, I'm interested in fucking shorty, but I don't want to fuck her that bad to wear a mask. I don't want to fuck her that bad to spend time with her non-sexually. I don't want to fuck her that bad to spend money on her when I don't want to, just for the prospect that sex maybe can happen. I don't want it that bad. I would rather talk to shorty, have her reject me, and move on to the next young lady, period. But when you wear that mask and you're pretending to be someone that you're not, or you're pretending like, man, sex, man, I ain't even tripping. Yeah, you are tripping on it. Because why you pretending? Okay, let me just say this about guys being indirect. Okay, and I said this about indirect. Okay, being indirect is very passive. Okay, you're very passive, and typically you have two types of guys that are indirect. You have guys that don't know what they're doing, they're inexperienced, and they do the customary things. They do what they think they're supposed to do to win the affection. I hate using the word win the affection because women are not no trophies to be won and shit. But they try to win the affection of a woman, so they do the customary things. They do 2 or 3 dates. They talk on the phone all goddamn day. They text back and forth all goddamn day. Or they might even ask the woman what she's into so they can choose a date that they think she would approve of. Right? So you have guys that do that who don't really know no better. Then you have guys who do know better, but they purposefully are indirect because they're trying to finesse the chick. Because they understand that, damn. So when guys, let me just say this, because when guys say, oh, all women ain't trying to fuck right away. My thing is, how do you know? How do you know? Whether it's true or not is irrelevant. If you're the type of guy where you exude sex appeal, you have that type of game and that type of influence, women will do shit with you that they otherwise said they wouldn't. Right. Period. And again, and I said this recently, every woman who's ever had sex on the first night, I promise you, she didn't grow up thinking, when I lose my virginity, I want to fuck a guy I met 10 minutes ago. Women don't think of it like that. But what happens is they meet a guy and they're like, God damn, this guy's making me feel a certain way. And I typically wouldn't do this. Right. But I just feel compelled to give this nigga some pussy tonight. So every woman who had sex on the first night, there was a guy who was the first guy. What's so different about that guy than you? If a woman can be a guy, if a woman can make a sexual decision that's her first time, why can't you be that guy where a woman is doing something for the first time? Okay, what that tells me is you don't believe in yourself. Okay, you have no self-assuredness. You don't believe you that dude that got it like that. Like I heard a guy recently say, all women want resources. So he felt like my rationale for providing resources for women is that all women want that. You're wearing a mask because you're giving a woman what you think she wants so you can get what you want. Right. That's not how I move. I tell women what I want. And they either want what I want based on the fact that they are that attracted to me or they don't. I don't have to provide an outside incentive outside of myself to get a woman to fuck with me. See, when you do that, what you're saying is you as a man, you have no value. Only the things you can provide for a woman outside of yourself has value. So when you say all women want resources, so I don't mind giving a woman resources because this is what all women want. Well, number one, that's not true. Because a woman who is sexually attracted to you don't give a fuck about your resources. Facts. She don't. Now, I would say this about resources. Time is a resource. This is what I want guys to understand. time is a more valuable resource than money is. So when you're dealing with a woman who is genuinely interested in you, she will want your time.
Mm-hmm.
She will want to spend time with you. But even with that, you can dole that time out because you can let her know, hey, I value myself. I'm not just going to give you my time because you want it. Okay, I'll give you my time as you earn it and as I see that you're worthy of it.
Exactly.
We still good on calls?
Still good on calls, yeah.
These niggas are scary today. What the fuck?
Yeah, guys, call 516-387-1224. 516-387-1224. I called in too to make sure. Well, the number popped up, so at least that part is working. But guys, call in.
See, I like what Jay Roman says. He says, you put a mask on and still get rejected. When you represent yourself truly, you never get rejected. It just doesn't fit your program. That's some true shit. Exactly. That's actually some real shit, because if you step to a woman without the mask on and you're showing her who you really are and she ain't with it, she just ain't with your program.
Mm-hmm.
Because you feel like my program is solid. I'm that nigga. I'm that dude. My shit is tight. So I look at it, if a woman's rejecting me, that means you just don't want to adhere to my standards. You know what I'm saying? This is how I look at it. To me, I look at it as you're missing out.
Right.
The problem with a lot of guys, the reason why they're indirect, the reason why they spend money on chicks is because they don't want to feel like they're going to miss out. It's almost like they want to, we got a call?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it.
All right. So we got 337. You're on live with K Zaggin and Miles. Name, age, and city. How can we help you? All right. Zach, you can hear him, right?
Nope.
Damn. You can't hear him?
Nope.
Nah.
All right, fellas. We might have to shut down the phone lines today. So you had the thing last night?
You know what? I guess I'm gonna have to translate. But go ahead, Madri. What's your question, man?
Right when I came out the gas station, she came out.
Right, I hear him now. I can hear him now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Go ahead.
So I went with my move. I went with my move. I was like, what's up? She had some blue scrubs on. I was like, what's up, blue scrubs? So I came with the car. I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I like the way you got them baby hairs laid and all that. And as soon as I came to her, she looked at me and she was like, yeah, you're short. Like, you too short. I said, but my dick long, though.
Mm-hmm.
I should have said, like, my dick tall or something like that, right?
Right.
So as soon as I said that, she automatically stepped back and looked at me like, oh, my God. Like, I thought he was some water, but he's some vodka. You know,
right.
I'm like, all right. I'm like, what's up with you? I'm like, what's up with you? So she started, I said, my name's Dre. I said, what's your name? So she had a name badge on and she covered her name badge, but she still told me her name. So I'm like, what you covering your name badge for? I said, you one of them pretty girls that's shy. And she didn't know how to respond to that. So she was like, something about my baby or something like that. And she pointed at her back seat. So I'm like, I look at her back seat. It was just a car seat and it was no baby in the car seat. I'm like, why are you talking about your baby and all that? It's nothing in the car seat. You tripping. I said, look, I said something, and then she told me she had a boyfriend. So I'm like, look, I just want to be your fuck buddy. So she was like, oh my God. So I'm like, yeah, it's good. Like, I said, give me your number. Instagram, something. And she wasn't trying to make a move. So I was just like, look, I'm finna walk away. And she was like, look, I appreciate your honesty. So I'm like, all right, it's no problem. Have a good day. And I walked away.
Right.
So that's my story. That's my story.
There
I took my mask off. She couldn't take it, so I left it.
Exactly.
Yes, but that's all I have to say, man.
You on mute, Zach.
Man.
Okay, no, caller, that's some real shit. That's some real shit, because what could have happened is if you weren't that, up front and direct with her about what it is you was trying to do, she probably could have took your number and y'all would have been talking for like 2 weeks, and you would have been trying to set something up every weekend, and she would have had an excuse for you. And this is what happens when you're not direct. Women can manipulate you. They can play that role. But because you was up front, she is like, damn, if I fuck with him, I gotta fuck with him on his level. I can't fuck with him on mine.
Right.
Meaning I can't do the, let me string him out. Let me see, if I can get a couple of dates out of him, a bunch of attention, because he's being so direct with the sex. If I don't fuck him, then I can't fuck with him. And that's why she started telling you, well, I got a baby. Oh, I got a man. Go ahead, Dan. You got it.
And even when I thought about it after the fact, deeper than the surface level, when she told me she was thankful that I was honest with her. That basically, AKA, meant that it's a lot of dishonest guys, and I know they want the same thing you want,
right?
But they're just not being straightforward.
Exactly.
So even when I pulled off, she did not pull off. She was just in her phone, so I'm pretty sure she was telling one of her homegirls or somebody, man, I just kind of probably messed up on a good guy. He was so real. You just already know what happens when you're all about yourself.
Right.
And that's just what it is, man. That's just what it is, man. But I appreciate all the game, man. I'm going to jump back in the show, y'all.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in, Madre.
All right.
Yeah, man. That's one of the things I'm talking about, man, when you have a real authentic experience and there's no bullshit in it. You know what I mean? So we got 330-330. You're on live with K Zaggin and Miles. Name, age, and city. And how can we help you?
What's happening? This is Jay Sean Harris.
Hey, what's going on, big
Ohio.
Homie? What's up, man?
What's happening? Hey, I did donate. I know it don't seem like y'all are requiring that, but I want to donate it.
Yeah, I got it. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So, this topic was perfect because I've been talking about this exact topic for the past couple of days with some people. The mask is crazy. One time I put on the religious mask, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't cuss for like 6 months. I changed up my whole shit. It wasn't really me, you know what I'm saying? I was younger, this is when I was younger. I was dealing with single moms and stuff like that. And I didn't really have no guidance. So I'm like, all right, this chick showing interest in me, you know what I mean? She invited me to the church. So I'm gonna go ahead and follow pretty much. This was the worst thing that happened because it was a great lesson though. Because one day we were driving, we was at the gas station, and a guy ended up getting in the back passenger seat next to her daughter and asking of us if we could take them down the road or to a bus station or something. And when I say my whole personality and everything changed, he was about to get fucked up, and he got out the car and ran. And the chick wasn't even concerned about a stranger sitting next to her daughter. She was more concerned about who the fuck is you? You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't recognize who I was, and that taught me a huge lesson of never putting on a mask and not trying to be something I'm not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I never wanted that experience. I never wanted to see that expression on someone's face ever again. I was ashamed of myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I act like something that I wasn't for so long. And then when the real me came out, the safety of her daughter wasn't concerned. It was the safety of who the fuck have I been dating and fucking for these past several months. You know what I'm saying? And that expression fucked me up. I ain't go front,
Wow.
So now I show exactly who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? Because that protector mode came out because I grew up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So like that complete 180, that real personality really came out. You know what I'm saying? So I never want to go through that again. So I definitely don't have a mask on.
Well, caller, what happens, what a lot of guys don't understand is that once you show a woman this particular character, if you will, and then you switch up later, that has a drastic impact on her ability to trust you. Because part of her trusting you and part of her growing close to you was based on who she believed you to be. So when you show someone else, she's like, who the fuck am I dating? Like, who are you really? So it kind of, whether it's conscious or subconscious, it scares the fuck out of a woman because she don't know who you are. So that impacts the trust and it impacts the respect that she has for you because you're not being consistent. One of the things that women desperately need for men in their lives to be consistent because they're so inconsistent.
Right.
Okay, let me say that shit again. Women desperately need men in their life to be consistent because they're so inconsistent. And the reason why women are inconsistent is because they're governed by their feelings and their emotions. Okay, we're governed by logic and practicality and pragmatism, or at least we should be. So when you show women something different, she is like, oh my God, how he's behaving is too close to how I am. And it scares the fuck out of women, because that protection of, because consistency provides a woman to know, this is the guy that I'm dating. I know what I got with him, and I know what I don't got with him. But when you switch up, she's like, I everything that I thought I knew, I don't know now. But you got it, fam. Yeah, I got it.
Facts. Yeah. So I definitely took that lesson and I applied it, to this everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's dealing with chicks or anything, I am who I am. I'm proud of that shit. And the success rate has been through the roof ever since I stopped wearing a mask, because I feel comfortable now with just being who the hell I am and wearing and owning that shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Go. Right. And when you say your success rate has gone through the roof, like, can you tell us what you mean? Because it's a lot of guys out there, like when they hear shit like that, their ears perk up, because all these niggas want is a better success rate, right? Because they don't like rejection, they don't like hearing no from women, so they want to know about how to increase their success rate. So can you explain a little bit about that?
All right. So for me, I can speak from my experience. I've never really had problems with getting women.
Right.
I've had problems with myself not feeling comfortable because I'm trying to put on a front.
Right.
So eventually that inner turmoil projects outwards. You know what I'm saying? And that affects the ability to maintain a woman or women, you know what I mean? And that whole thing just fucks up. Now that I own that shit and I wear it, I can easily keep multiple women, you know what I'm saying, with no problem, because I'm not dealing with, I'm trying to hide this shit about myself, whether she's going to accept it or not. So The success rate for me is, I'm able to still get chicks, but I can keep them around as long as I want without having to feel this like uncomfortable because I'm trying to put on this mask, or it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? When you tell a lie, you got to keep up with a lie. You got to tell more lies to try to keep up with it, maintain it. So now that I am in that, I hate this verbiage, but in that truth, you know what I mean? I'm showing exactly who I am. I feel good about myself. I feel comfortable. I feel more confident. You know what I mean? So that confidence projects outwards, just like the insecurity or the me trying to hide lies projects outwards eventually. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more successful with maintaining the chicks. You know?
And if you don't want to use the verbiage in my truth, just say my identity. You understand? Just say my identity, because
we got to represent it. We got to represent it.
It's not facts. That's what it is. Because and because we say the truth is inside you, but we don't run around and be like, oh well, you have to live your truth, guys. And it's like, nah, bro. No, nigga, you gotta be who you are. You understand? If what you are ain't already true, then what the fuck are we talking about? You see what I'm saying? So that's why guys like us don't need to say, oh, we got to live in our truth. It's like, nah, bro. It's like your identity, it should be true enough. You understand? Yeah, go ahead, Zach.
No, I just do me, and I fuck with people who ain't got a problem with me doing me.
Right.
It's really that simple. I just do me. And caller, this is what I want everyone to understand. When you first come to that realization, I always talk about how women are chameleons, right? Y'all dudes are chameleons too. Okay, once acceptance is no longer that big of a deal to you, a lot of people, they just want to be accepted. They want to be liked. Like that's a big deal to them, and they'll do it at all cost. Right? Once you get over that, and you're like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about being alike, man. Fuck everybody. I just want to be me and chill and just because what you got to understand, when you're fake, a lot of people like you. But it's disingenuous because you're being disingenuous. So the interaction you having with all the people that like you isn't really authentic anyway. But once you start being honest with yourself, fucking camera tripping. Once you start being honest with yourself, you're gonna see people fall off. And the reason why they fall off because they like the fake better you than the real you. See, the fake you, this is what people don't understand about being fake. You're more agreeable. You're more pliable. You're more bendable. You're more patient. You're more tolerant of the bullshit. Okay, hold on, I gotta switch camera.
Okay.
You're more tolerant of the bullshit than if you were because when you real, you ain't got no patience, zero tolerance. You're like, did she just say fuck you? Oh, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
The bitch said fuck you. Oh, you're done. Like we're not even gonna argue about that. Did you just tell me fuck you? You're done. But what did I do? We're done. And because for me, you know, that's a big thing for me because I was traumatized, right? When I was 10, 11 years old, my mother told me fuck you, and I was like, Mama. Like literally, I was coming in the house and she didn't like that I did something. She's like, fuck you, Carrie. And I was 10, 11 years old, and I'm like, my mama said, fuck Mama. And I was saying, so ever since then, if a chick tell me fuck you, she done.
Wow.
She done, but that's just my thing. That's just my thing. So, and I love my mama, don't get it twisted. God bless the dead. I love my mama. But I remember when she told me that shit fucked with me. So when I would get into relationships, I would always tell chicks, hey, never, when you speak to me, don't curse. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me like you got some sense. Don't curse at me. Don't do none of that, right? So, but one of the things that, now I never had a chick, I don't think I ever had a woman tell me fuck you. But if I had a woman tell me fuck you, then she done. Like, we can't even talk about that. Okay, we can be in a relationship for years. It don't, bitch, you're done. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that's a disrespectful shit. Like, if I said it jokingly, like, man, fuck you, nigga, that's cool. But if me and you had some words and I say, nigga, fuck you, bro, it's a whole nother thing. Because it's like, oh, fuck me? Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't play that shit. But anyway, man, y'all got it.
Hey, Jay Sean, man, you know what it is, big homie, man. Appreciate you for calling in, sharing your story, man. And yeah, man, stop wearing a mask, man. I'm glad you figured it out, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Y'all have a good one, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Stay up. Be safe, man. Holler at you later. All right. We got 412. You're on live with K Zag and the Miles. Name, age, and city. How can we help you?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? This is AT calling.
Oh, shit.
From Pittsburgh.
AT, what's going on, man? It's been a minute, man. What's up with you, man?
All right, man. Just, been working a lot and, taking care of my daughter. Like I said, one, is taking, college courses, working, teaching her to drive. The other one, 10th grade, teaching her to drive.
Wow.
So there's been a lot of busy stuff going on lately, man.
Hey, fatherhood is key, man. We need you out there. You feel me?
Right. Definitely. But, definitely heard the topic and I was just like, man, I can, relate to that wearing a mask because I can, go back to even before I met, my ex when I was out there dating, afraid to tell ladies, that I wanted to hook up. So thinking, doing the nice guy route, going out dinner dates, going to play stuff I didn't even want to do, but felt like, okay, this is the route I have to go. And then end up getting played by the, finding out they're hooking up with guys that weren't afraid to take off their mask and tell them up front what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm whining and dining them, they getting picked up at night, and getting smashed out. And then I'm getting angry finding that out. Like, well, what did I do wrong?
Right. And what just curious, how did you find that out?
The one girl that I was really liking doing that, my neighbor, he was visiting his mom, and my neighbor and the guy she was hooking up with were roommates in the apartment. And he was like, yeah, I seen you hanging out with that one girl. My roommate smashing her at night.
Whoa.
I'm like, what?
Damn.
Yeah, so that's how I found out about that. And then like other girls, it was like, I'm going out with them and then you find out all of a sudden they're just busy or they end up like back with their, ex or with some guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, wait a minute. You told me, you was taking it slow or you weren't sure what your relationship, what you wanted to do. But all of a sudden now you with somebody. So it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out.
Oh. Well, but AT, what guys don't realize is when you wear a mask, you basically give women permission to keep theirs on.
Facts.
Okay, that's what you're doing. You're giving women permission to play
Mm-hmm.
you're playing. And this is what guys don't understand. Women know you're playing. They know you're full of shit. Because look, I saw a Facebook post where there was a group of women who purposefully flaked on guys for dates. They did it on purpose because they wanted to see how much leverage they had with the guys. So when they flaked on the guy and the guy offered another date, they're like, got him.
Mm-hmm.
Got him. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when women do shit, and I know a lot of guys are gonna have a problem with women doing that, but you set yourself up to have those games played on you. Because women, look, women have met so many different types of guys. They know the real guys who are gamed up and don't play from the guys they can play with. They know the difference in how you behave. So an example of this, I'm gonna pass it back to you, AT and Miles. If you set up a date and a woman tells you, I don't like that date, let's do this instead, and you say, okay, she knows she got you.
Mm-hmm.
She knows she can run you from that point.
Oh, definitely. And speaking of that, my ex would tell me she would do that to guys. Like she would cancel dates or tell them, oh, last minute I can't make it. And then they'd be like, okay, well, let me know when you're free or I still want to take you out or whatnot. I'm just like, I learned all through the hard way. I was like, I'd never do that, but I understand ladies do that. She would tell me she does the exact thing to guys and they would still offer to take her out and then they would get nowhere.
Yep. Well, because women don't respect guys. Look, and I've said this before, if a woman knows she can control you with sex, okay, either she can control you like you're in a relationship and she can control you with do this first and I'll give you some sex, or she knows that if you guys have just met and she knows that you're jumping through hoops to fuck with her, she knows the reason why you're jumping through those hoops is so you can get to the sex. So even with that, she's controlling you. Once a woman realizes she can control you with sex, bro, it's over for you. She won't respect you.
Right. And then I was going to go to, where I know I've told the story before, when I was with my ex, we already had the kids living together, and then she hit me with the ultimatum, like, I need to marry her or else. And instead of just calling her bluff and saying, well, I'm not doing it, I wore the mask of like, okay, I'll do it because I love her. She's going to leave me if I don't.
Right.
And I didn't really want to do it, but I did it because, I was worried about that. And hindsight, it was like, if I would have said no, she wasn't going anywhere. But a younger version of me that didn't know any better.
But you know what she did? Here's one thing that women know, right? Because you can say whatever you want to your boys, you can get online, make YouTube videos, but the women you are intimately involved with, they know you better than them niggas you talk to online. So they know what buttons they can push. Okay, and I told a story, AT, of how I had a young lady, she was living in my house with me and shit, and she wanted me to marry her. And I told her no. Okay, and I told her, the first time she mentioned getting married, I said, nah, I ain't trying to do that. The second time she mentioned it, I'm like, okay, it's time for me to go ahead and just tell her what it is, so that way she can stop talking to me about this shit. So I said, look, I'm not trying to get married to you. And I didn't tell her why, because I didn't want to hurt her feelings, but I never looked at her as marriage material. But I said, I'm not trying to get married to you. I said, but if you want to be married that bad, you're free to go find a guy that wants to be your husband. So even though we're in a relationship and she's living with me in my home, I'm giving her permission. Go out there and find you a husband, because I ain't him. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't go nowhere, bro. She didn't go nowhere, and she didn't say shit else about marriage. Then I ended up breaking up with her a year or so after that, but she wasn't going to go nowhere. She just wanted to see what kind of pull she had over me, and she had none. And when she realized that she had none, and I'm running this shit, she just shut the fuck up and just accepted what I was giving her. But the reason why she did that, because she felt like that would bother you, like that would get under your skin or fuck with you. Now, did y'all have kids at the time?
Yeah, we already had the kids.
So I'm sure she used the prospect of, I'm gonna have another nigga. You know what I'm saying? Bouncing your dollars off his lap and shit for Christmas and shit. You know what I'm saying? Saying ho ho ho, what you want for Christmas? And so she knew that type of shit would bother you. So she used that shit to her advantage, bro.
Right.
Yeah, it was like, a do it or I can't stay in this relationship, I might have to go. So, of course, the thought of, I loved her, and, of course, not seeing my kids every day was okay, I'll go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing with kids. Here's the thing. I want guys to understand this. AT, you already know this to be true, but I want everyone else who just started having kids or might have kids in the future. This is one thing that most women will do when they're on some fuck shit. If they know you are a loving father and you love your kids to death, they will use that against you. They will use it to try and get what they want from you. I promise you, because this is what women understand. I can't really hurt this guy unless I do one or two things to him. I fuck with his money, or I fuck with his access to the kids. That's the only two ways you can fuck with niggas. Fuck with their money and fuck with access to their children, and niggas lose their shit. That's the only two ways. But y'all got it, man.
Yeah, you're right about that. And for me, it was never the money. Because I had told her, I was like, hey, if we ever get divorced, break up, you could take me for whatever I want. I'm seeing my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it was more so she figured use the kids against me. But then it got to a point was like when I got sick and tired of being sick and tired and dropped the hammer on the divorce, I'm like, hey, if we got to go to court, battle it out, I'll do whatever I have to do, but I will see the kids because I just was tired of being sick and tired. So at that point, it seemed like, okay, we made it work because she knew I wasn't messing around at that point. I guess, like you say, take off the mask because it's like, hey, this is over. I'm going to do what I have to do. And that's why we've been able to, have a very good co-parenting situation since then, because then now I don't act like that anymore, keep a mask on. It's like, hey, this is me. It is what it is. You can take it or leave it, but I'm going to still see the kids, be responsible, do what I got to do, but I'm not taking your shit anymore.
There you go. And didn't you say she was trying to get back with you on a sneak tip at some point?
Oh, yeah. Definitely, like, never coming outright saying, actually, it would always say, like, oh, I would never get back with you. But, yeah, cook meals, like, oh, let's go hang out and do this, buy comedy tickets, pay for trips, all kinds of stuff. So I gladly take it. But I'm always like, hey, this don't mean we're going anywhere. I'm just letting you know up front. So if you don't want to do it, I'm good. If you do want to do it, it doesn't mean anything, but we just enjoying a good time.
She realized AT she had a good one and she fucked it up. Right. That's all it is.
So I guess I was going to ask you guys, do you think it's most of the time where guys are, in a sense, take the mask off, that you just get to a point where you get sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Well, this is what I would say, and I'll pass it back to Mike. This is what I would say. Okay, and I realized this when I was young. Okay? It didn't take me long to realize this. I just wanted people to fuck with me on the strength of who I was.
Right.
I just fuck all that fake, because I've seen so many fake people. I've seen all the disingenuous behaviors of individuals, and I said, I don't want that. I don't want that type of interaction with people. I want to, because I always knew that I had a group of people that just didn't like me. They didn't like my demeanor, my attitude, my fuck it, I don't give a fuck about none of this goofy shit. They didn't like that about me. But I saw that there was a small segment of people that loved that about me. So I said, let me just be myself and let me just fuck with the people that fuck with me. But I understood that it was going to be just a small group of people that would fuck with me. It's kind of like beer. I'm an acquired taste. Okay, I'm not a very friendly motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. I can be, but that's not my natural order of being, is to be a super friendly, just a personable person to everybody, where I just talk to everybody. I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? If I speak to you, there's a reason why I'm speaking to you. You know what I'm saying? Other than saying hi, good morning, I don't have conversations with people just to have conversations with them. I fucking don't. Right. Okay, but it's because I'm very particular in who I am, so I only want to fuck with people who are similar thinking, where there's no fake shit. Like Miles and my bros, there is no fake shit. We have to, like Miles will tell you, I'm not Carrie's friend. We never met. Mm-hmm. We kick it. But we don't know each other personally. Where we've been around each other, and we can say that and be honest about it. And my feeling will be, you're not my friend, Miles. Fuck, man. We didn't fuck. So to me, when you deal with like-minded people, you just have that understanding. And you understand, like a lot of people, they call people friends that ain't friends. They're really associates. Mm-hmm. But because they're friendly, they assume that you're friends. No, you got to go through shit with friends. It's kind of like a girlfriend and a bitch you fucking. A bitch that you call a girlfriend, y'all been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been around each other, and she's proved her worth. You just can't call a chick that you fucking for 8 months a girlfriend just because you fucking her. But anyway, y'all got it, man.
AT, say the question one more time. You said, did you just get tired, sick and tired, or what?
Like, yeah, do you feel like a lot of guys get to that point because they just get, like sick and tired of not getting what they want or whatnot? And that's how it usually came out for me with stuff with the ex, bringing the divorce. in dating when I finally would tell girls what I really wanted because I got tired of getting played or getting, used as a foodie date or, it just wasn't going my way. And I was like, I had to realize, one, I'm not being real because it's like, this isn't what I want. I don't want to just be going on dates and doing all that stuff. It's like, no, I want to hook up. So you know what? Just go ahead and tell them.
Right. Well, I think the thing is that consciously there might be a sick and tired factor, but I think subconsciously the truth always wins. You understand? I think psychologically your true identity is always gonna show itself at some point, because shout out to Lucario, because he said this the other day. Every lie has an expiration date. You understand? So every time you do something and you're doing it just so the woman could stay with you, or you're doing it like, you put on that mask so you could have access to vagina, like so many men do, or they just trying to stay in the relationship because they needy, or like maybe in your situation, they made a decision based on a threat because, okay, I don't want to get divorced, I don't want to lose money, and I don't want to lose seeing my kids, blah blah blah. So I think ultimately every man reaches a point where it's like your subconscious mind is going to break through and your identity is going to affect your reality to the point where you're going to have to start making real decisions, whether you want to or not, whether you're ready to or not. And it's something like that happened to me, a while back with one of the women that I was with for a very long time. And I had to ultimately let her know, like, I'm not that type of nigga anymore. Like the nigga that you got with, I'm really not that nigga. You understand what I'm saying? And we tried to make shit work, but me being the actual nigga that I was, we ultimately realized it's not gonna work, because she was still trying to be with me because of the nigga she thought I was. And when she realized the dude that I actually become, it wasn't gonna happen. You understand? So the thing is that the truth is gonna show itself. The truth is gonna shine through. So I don't know. You might feel sick and tired, because you got some guys who they'll hold on to the lie for a very long fucking time. You understand? They'll because they're afraid, because they're not sure what's going to happen. And, like I said, they do things because of a threat. Because remember, there's a lot of people out there that they choose A, not because they really want to choose A, but because they're deathly afraid of what might happen if they choose B. You understand? So they choose A. You understand? So you have a lot of people out here, and this is a part of wearing a mask. It's like you're doing things not because you're making a choice in good faith and because you really want to do something. You're just doing things because you're afraid of the alternative. You understand? So sometimes we have to really be brave to say, hey, man, are we willing to do what our identity calls for us to do? You understand? Like, if some of us is like, man, I really want to be a fireman, or I really want to be a boxer, but being a boxer involves getting punched in the fucking face. And it's like, damn, am I really ready for that? You understand what I'm saying? Or you might, or some people might say on the opposite end, some people might come live in the military or live in a family of military, and all the men in their family is military. But you like, damn, I don't know if I want to join the military. That's not really who I am. I know my dad did it, my grandfather did it, my uncles did it, but I don't really want to do that shit. That's not me. You understand? So at some point, the truth is going to shine through, because your subconscious is always trying to live the most authentic experience possible. So I think that's really what happens.
Let me say this. Shout out to Kev the Great for the $5 Canadian though. Appreciate you, fam.
Yeah, man.
Let me just say this, because Miles, you said something very important. I think when it comes to monogamy-oriented relationships, you have guys that are only monogamous because it's the only way they can get into the relationship.
Right.
Like the chick wouldn't fuck with them unless they promised that to her. Exactly. And on the flip side of that, you have guys that are in monogamy-oriented relationships because they don't want the chick to fuck nobody else.
Exactly.
So even that's wearing a mask. That even when you get into a relationship, a monogamy-oriented relationship, because that's the only way you can get the broad to commit to you, and or you feel like, I don't want her fucking nobody else, I want to lock her down, right? I want to cuff her. You know what I'm saying? Even that's wearing a mask. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, I think those situations tend to have disastrous results at some point.
Exactly.
At some point. Go ahead.
Hey, AT, you got time to hang out?
Yes.
All right. Stay on the line. Don't go nowhere. All right. 678. You're on live with K Zaggin and Miles on the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. Name, age, and city. How can we help you?
What's up, Miles? What's up, K-Zag? This is Cameron from Atlanta, 26, and I donated.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
I called in. Yeah, so I called in a couple weeks ago. I was asking about if I could get some game for the courtroom, to navigate the courtroom.
Wait. Hold up. You the homie that sent your girl 60 messages calling out her name, then she put the restraining order on you and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you that nigga. Okay, what's your question today, bro? And please, for the sake of everyone involved, just be honest from the beginning, my nigga, please.
All right, so I got that TPO dismissed. So we got that dismissed. Waiting on the
congratulations. Okay.
Presentation going, some mediation going. So the terms of the dismissal, she admitted this defeat. Basically, she filed the motion to dismiss on her own. My lawyer and her lawyer talked. And on the parenting plan, I got it set up to where right now I have joint custody. Or what I'm going to set up a courtroom is she acknowledged receipt of being served for the parenting plan, so she can't go nowhere, she can't run. So it's joint custody, and I got it set up to where I got final decision-making power. So my question is, how can I best navigate this situation so that nothing catastrophic like this happens again?
Wait, let me ask you a question. Be honest. Are you fucking her still?
Am I fucking? No, hell no, I ain't fucking her still.
Okay, I was gonna make sure because a lot of times when shit changed that drastically, sometimes that's why.
Yo, AT, because you have you been through the court system with your situation, or was your shit just taken care of between you and her? AT.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yeah, I was asking, did you have to go through the court system when you went through your divorce?
No, we sat down and were able to work it out between the two of us. So no court was involved ever.
Okay. Did you hear what the caller was saying about his situation?
Yeah, that like you said about trying to get joint custody and everything.
Well, he says he has joint custody, but he's trying to make sure that nothing catastrophic happens again. So I was just asking to see if you had any advice for him.
The only thing that I can speak of on mine, it was that I took the lead on it and was just like, went to her and was like, look, this is how I want it to be. Like, we don't have any of this animosity. We're going to be there for both of the kids. And it was me taking the lead, but also showing her that she knew she could count on me. She knew I'd be consistent. I wasn't going anywhere. And, if things went wrong, we would sit down and discuss it instead of arguing, fussing, and fighting like we had done. And once that went on for a while, she saw that, I was going to be consistent like that. She was able to trust, in me. So that's why we never had to go to court. Even when we had disagreements all through the years, it's never been, oh, I'm going to court. It's like, no, we're going to sit down and talk this out. So, that's the only advice I can come from it with, because that's how I was able to handle it. And, we've never had any issues.
Okay. All right, cool. Hold on for a second. Caller, did you get that?
Yeah, I heard him.
Yeah, did you hear what he's talking about? Consistency in his character and leading his women, even though they wasn't necessarily together, he led his situation as a father and as a baby's father to his woman. You understand that, or to his ex-woman?
Yeah.
You understand? So that's what you need to work on. You need to work on being consistent. You need to work on not fucking around and sending her a bunch of messages and acting crazy when shit don't go your way. You need to have control over your fucking emotions. And be a consistent man of character in front of your child and your ex-woman. You understand that?
Yeah, be consistent and dependable when she ain't got to worry about you.
Right.
Because you got to understand, when you were sending the messages and all that, she has to worry about your emotional state. Okay, you do not want a woman that you have a child with to be concerned with your emotional state. that doesn't bode well for you. So just be consistent and be dependable. It don't matter what she does. Your focus. You should have a singular focus like a horse with blinders on. My daughter. It don't matter what her mother says, what she does. My daughter is my focus. Let me do and say everything I need to do to make sure my daughter is my focus, so I can raise her right, be in her life. And don't think for 1 second that the goofy shit is over. Okay, it can still come up again, but you still need to keep that singular focus. My daughter. It's all about my baby girl. That's it.
Oh, it will come up again.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, see, there you go. It will come up. I've been there too, where you think as soon as you got one fire put out, 3 months later another fire comes up. It's like, fuck this bitch here. I'm saying it's gonna happen, bro.
Caller, did
Let
you
me tell you where I was fucking up at?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you where I was fucking up at. See, I was so stuck in my own ego, right? So I'm sitting here trying to chase an illusion of a family when she wasn't really family to begin with. You know what I mean? And that's how I got myself by focusing on the wrong thing, focusing on her, trying to bring the family back instead of focusing on my kid. All this shit could have been avoided. But yeah, my bad.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How you gonna act, right? How you gonna act when your daughters start talking about mommy's friend that came over?
Well, I'm not gonna lose my fucking mind.
I hope not, motherfucker. That's why I'm asking you now.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah, you need to prepare for that. Is what I'm saying to you. You need to understand that that's a reality, and you need to. That's another thing where you can't be losing your head, and you can't be sending her a bunch of messages talking about, yo, don't be having my daughter over there fucking the nigga in another room while she's hearing and she can't go to sleep and blah 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 blah.
Prepare for that too.
Just go
prepare for that. Caller, hold on, real quick, caller. Look. I'm gonna tell you something, and you need to wrap your mind around the prospect that the mother of your daughter could literally meet a dude today, and 2 weeks later be at the playground with your daughter and him, and he pushing her down the slide after 2 weeks of knowing her. Be prepared. I want you to be prepared for her to make all types of unwise choices. And the reason why I say that is because you didn't know her well. You and her were not in a long-term relationship or marriage. This was a chick that was basically a jump off on some casual sex shit. So be prepared for her. Hold on, listen. Just give me a second. Be prepared for her to meet a guy, and that guy treats her how she thinks she wants to be treated, and she's cool with your daughter. And be prepared for her to look at that situation as her new family. Be prepared.
Hey man, look, I got joint custody. Every time she comes over, I make sure she's okay. If she's not, we just take that back to court. I'm not about to say anything.
Cool. But just be prepared for some shit that's gonna be uncomfortable to you though.
I'm ready. If there's any, what I'm saying, if it's like if the law has to get involved, I already know how to go about that. I'm not about to sit here and go blast the nigga because I see him doing something.
No. Call. Look. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just understand. I had a partner, right? I mean, we still cool now. He was over this chick's house, okay, and the daughter was 3 or 4 years old. Okay, how old is your daughter?
She's 3.
Okay, stop right there. Okay, and I'm not making this story up because I didn't know how old your daughter was. I'm telling this story because I just want you to be prepared. So he was over this chick's house, digging her down. The daughter was sleeping. The daughter had a nightmare. The daughter jumped up out of the bed, and now he in the room, in the bed, butt naked with the mother. They butt naked in the bedroom under the covers. The daughter running the room. So the daughter is in front of the mother, right? Now the mother is naked, right? So she's holding the daughter, telling her, "Baby, go back to sleep." My partner behind her, naked. So while she's rubbing the daughter with one hand, she's grabbing his dick with the other hand and putting that motherfucker back in her. I'm just saying. True story. I swear to God, I ain't making it up. I'm saying, so she got the daughter right there in front of her, getting dumped from behind. The nigga now he said he felt uncomfortable, but he said the pussy was mad wet, so he just eased up in it. I'm just saying. I'm not saying this gonna happen with you, but I'm just saying what chicks do.
What the fuck?
Yeah. See. Okay. All right. You be surprised what women do, bro. You be surprised what women do.
That's some crazy shit.
Kizaki, you ain't right, man. You ain't fucking you terrible way. You got this nigga thinking some shit now. Oh my God. Listen,
Oh,
look, we just trying to prepare you. We try to prepare you for the things that might trigger you into doing something stupid, bro. We don't want you to do anything else dumb. You understand what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
I was going to ask, could I jump in?
Go ahead. Go ahead, AT.
I've been in his. And that, man, just want to tell you that she will test you. Trust me. My ex has tested me at every turn, with throwing guys in my face. My daughter's telling me about, guys that she had around. Luckily, my ex, to her credit, she didn't have many around, but the few that she had, she made sure that my daughter's like, oh, I could tell was from her, well, let your dad know this is going on. And at every turn I had to, even though it sucked, keep my cool, keep my pride, because I didn't want my daughters to see me get upset or lose it. If they would tell me something, I would just say, okay, or, hey, me and your mom will discuss that. I never, talked bad about her, let them see me sweat when it came to their mother. I might go home and throw a fit or something, but not in front of them. But I kept it consistent with her to the point where I've talked to, these guys about it, like where she's tried to get me back because I stayed consistent. I've been there for the kids, showing my character. I even got better, lost weight, better paying jobs. And they're going to get out there and see that it's a clown show in these streets. But if you're consistent, one day she might be coming back at you like, hey, maybe we try to make this family thing work. So it's going to be tough. It ain't going to be easy. It's not an easy thing, man. But if you could, stay calm, cool, and collected, man, it will work out.
There you have it. And let me just say this with Joe Blast with the $10. He says, honor to you, brothers. I appreciate you, Joe.
Yes, sir. Hey, caller, man. I give you the last word before I let you go.
I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Respect to K-Zag and Miles and JT on the call.
Yeah.
Respect y'all. I'm gone. Peace out, man.
All right, man. Good luck to you with everything. Thanks for sharing your story with us. We appreciate you, man. Take it easy. All right, bro?
Yeah. And are we good on calls? We still got a call?
Yeah, we still got some calls.
Okay, all right, real quick. Let me just say this. And for the caller, I'm not trying to scare you niggas. I just want y'all to understand, y'all need to be careful who y'all impregnate.
Exactly.
And that's all, the whole point of this exercise, and it's a true story what I told you.
Mm-hmm.
But the point of this is be careful who you impregnate, because there are some women that would never do anything so vile.
Right.
But there are women who will.
Facts.
I got it.
All right, so we got 240-240. You are on live with K-Zag and Miles on the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. Name, age, and city. What's up?
What's up, nephews? What's up?
Hey, 50, man. What's going on with you, man? What's going on, baby?
Yeah, what's up, y'all? I know sometimes I drop y'all on videos. Some of the videos I just be pushing buttons. But look, man, that question, what do you think about the difference between putting on a mask and shifting your, I guess you would say your character because of.
You talking about code switching professionally? Code switching.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you get on if you're a telemarketer and you switch your voice up so you can make that sale. So when you speak all proper and shit, you talk.
Not only that. Yeah, but not only that, but like because something happened to me years ago, and another professional told me about it. I went out somewhere and I was hanging out, and I was me.
Yeah.
And one of my clients, we were interacting, and about 15 minutes, and she said, "You really don't remember me?" And I said, "No." And she said, "I saw you, blah blah blah, at one of your studios downtown." I was like, "Oh, okay." She was a client. I did not know.
Right.
She saw the real. She says, "Man, I didn't know you was. I didn't know you was down to earth like this." I was like, "Wow." You see, because in the office, I'm Dr. Blah.
Right.
Outside, I'm 50 Fitzwell.
Right.
So, I want y'all to understand that sometimes as a professional, a true professional in your shit, you have to shift versus putting on a mask. And there's a difference.
Right.
In my opinion, putting on a mask means that you faking a funk and it ain't real at all. Everything you got is fake.
Right.
But if you shifting, it means you're shifting from a professional character to a more social personality.
Right. Right.
Well, I look at it. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say real quick that code shifting is definitely different because code shifting has more to do with marketing different parts of your personality that are more suited for certain environments. You understand what I'm saying? But there's still a level of authenticity because it's different parts of the actual you. Wearing a mask is, like you said, 50, when you just straight up faking the funk and it's literally not you. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, I was in corporate America till 2017. And so there was a slight difference in how I spoke at work as opposed to when I'm out chilling, you know, when I'm at home or chilling with my boys on, you know, in the neighborhood or something like that. But at the same time, it's like, I still was me, though. You understand what I'm saying? Like I still was who I was, but you know, when the fucking the big time Jewish owner of the company walk in the room, it's like, oh, good morning, sir. Anything you need?
Watch it. Don't say that word.
Don't say that. Well, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. The nigga that owned the company. I know. I'm with you. But I'm just being. Hey, for anybody that thinks I'm trying to be anti whatever, understand the owner of the company I worked for was a Jewish dude, and
he was Jewish.
And when he walked into the fucking mail room, niggas was like, "Good morning, sir. Do you need anything? Is there any packages you need?" All that type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? So code switching is definitely, you know, different. But it's like, look, niggas got to survive out here in the world. You understand? So you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Well, let me hold on with 50. Hold on. Let me speak on that. Let me speak on that real quick. Okay, and to Miles' point, yeah, of course, I'm gonna talk. I'm not gonna be in an interview. Yeah, my nigga. So what's up? So what's the hourly rate, my nigga? Yeah, you know, I can start. I'm not gonna talk like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk. Yeah. We're all multifaceted. Okay, and when you're doing a job interview, it's not necessarily about being fake. It's about using common sense. It's just like a certain thing. If you in a club and a nigga try and get at you, you're gonna get at him in a different way than you would get at the police, simply because it's the police. You know what I'm saying? So you just use common sense, and it doesn't mean that you bow down and act like a pussy. You just act accordingly to what you're presented with. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing about me on job. I'm still myself. So let me give you an example of what I mean. The current job that I'm at now, this is before COVID. There was a dude that I was working with. There was a couple of female co-workers that thought he was going to get married, and he was a gamer. So they said, "Oh, you're getting married. You can't play games now." And I stood up, I'm like, "Why the fuck not? Why can't he play his games?" And they were like, "Well, he's getting married." And I'm like, "Then he shouldn't get married to that chick if she got a problem with it." And then they sat the fuck down. So even in that scenario, I'm being myself. Like, man, you ain't got to change shit.
Right.
Okay. So I'm still being myself. And now bear in mind, I'm at work. I've had women show me their dildo collection. I have women talk to me about sex. But I have enough sense to know I can't cheat. I can't treat my job like my personal harem and try to fuck out. That's dumb. And I had partners that would do that, and they would run into issues because they had this chick over here jealous of that chick. And the reason why they was jealous of chicks, because you got them believing that they're the only chick.
He wasn't consistent. Yeah, facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
So go ahead. What
I wanted to tell you before I go was one other thing was that you guys had said about Matt, and I think Milan was Player said it a while back. But anyway, and it mixes up with a couple of things you guys did. Long time ago, I'm in DC. I worked in a government building contractor, on a security contractor. Boo-hoo, millions and millions of bitches. There's no way you could not have gotten any pussy working in a government building. I just want to say that.
Right.
I finally got this one. I was talking shit. I was fucking her for a few months. Fucking her. She called me one day. I think I told y'all. She called me one day on I fucked her all night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like that. She called me Monday.
This nigga fell asleep in the pussy.
Hey, how you doing? I said, fine. She said, yeah, I just want to let you know that I'm getting married on Friday. I said, okay, best wishes.
Right.
She said, you ain't tripping? You ain't telling me not to? I said, no, best wishes. And granted, that weekend before, my dick was in her tonsils.
Oh my God.
I gave her a protein shake. And she was getting married on Friday.
Lord
she had told me when I first met, she said, I never thought I would be in a position like this with you because you were so fucking professional. I never thought I would get you in a position like this. That's what she said when we was fucking.
Wow.
So I just want to show you how niggas are. You could be that way just like they could be that way.
Right.
And I think with her was the mystique because I never went at her like that.
Right.
She would always come in and finally she said something. I said, okay, she put a hook out there. So I batted away and then she said something else and I said something else and then she, we fucking.
Damn.
And she said, I never thought that, and the pussy was banging. And she said, I never thought you would, because I had more bitches, so I understand. It didn't matter. So when she said she was getting married, I was like, cool. And it was silent for like 30 seconds. She said, you have no objection? I said, why?
Objection?
Best wishes.
Objection? Why the fuck would I object? Call her, 50. I said, call her like I don't know who you are. So when she got married, were you still hitting that after she got married?
Nah, I was hitting other things. I was, fuck that.
Because the reason why I say that, because sometimes when a woman is letting you, because a lot of times, this is what guys think. They think when women are letting you know they have a boyfriend or they're getting married, sometimes it means they don't want to fuck with you. But sometimes it means, hey, I want to fuck with you still, but I got this going on.
Right.
Are you okay with my situation?
Right.
So a lot of times when women are telling you their situation, it's like, I need you to be okay with it, but I still want access to you.
Right.
Yeah, see, it wasn't like that. She just said she's getting married. I said, hey, best wishes, and she was just shocked that I had no regard, nothing like, yeah, great.
You know why? Because she was used to niggas tripping. She was used to niggas trying to cuff her and try to make her, and you gonna be my girl now, fuck him. She was probably used to that type of goofy shit.
She was used to emotional ass niggas. That's facts.
Yeah.
But yo, appreciate you, big homie. Thanks for calling. All right, bro.
All right, buddy. Mm-hmm.
All right, 50. I'm gonna holler at you. We're gonna holler at you, fam. Appreciate you.
All right, I think we got Moses on the line. AT, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, man.
All right, cool. All right, so 718, is this Moses?
You guessed right, man. It is Moses. All right. What's going on, man?
Yo.
What's up, Moses?
I'm doing good, man. By the way, happy holidays to y'all, man.
Yeah, happy holidays,
look,
bro.
Here's what yeah, man. I'm glad, that y'all are doing what y'all doing because, it takes y'all to help me recognize what's real and what's fake as shit. Look, let me tell you this, right? Like,
hold on, real quick, Moses, give me a second. Shout out TMJ5 with the 5. All right, go ahead, Moses, you got it.
Yeah, man. I'm glad y'all talking about what y'all talking about because sometimes when you be in your real self, and then when the woman falls off, what she is saying is she's not for you. She's not ready to deal with real men because real men are the ones that always take their mask, that never have their mask off, pretending shit. So, I was like last night I hit up a chick to try to smash. Now, what happened was she said, oh, nah, she's not that type of girl. She don't know me like that. We got to know each other. I said, I told her, listen, we can know each other if we meet and then we'll smash. You understand? And then we'll talk a little bit. She was like, nah, she got to know me more. So she quickly hung up. But at the same time, what came to my mind was, no, the reason why she hung up was because she's not for you in the first place, even though she's bad.
Right.
But hold on, real quick, Moses. It just, hold on, real quick, Moses. Give me a second. It sounds like you were trying to convince her of something. That's what it sounds like. Hey, no, we could do this. I don't think you should do that. I think you should just let women know what it is, and either they about it or they not. I don't think you should try to convince them or sell them on an ideal of something. You got it. Go ahead, fam. You got it.
Yeah, I was direct. I was direct. You understand? I wasn't telling her, okay, let's switch up. I didn't do that at all. You understand? Because what I was telling you is, what I'm saying is, I bet you that if I was to open my mouth and say, let's go out to dinner, she would say, yeah. You understand? So that's what I said to myself. I said, yeah, because she's thinking that I'm going to take her out to dinner, right? So that's another thing. But I kick her to the curb, even though she's bad. But I'm already matched with another chick I'm talking to. So hopefully she can hit me up, or if not, then I can just go out and holler at other bitches. So, I just wanted to put that out there, man. So, thanks for taking my call, fellas. Just be safe out here. Happy holidays once again.
All right. I appreciate you. Appreciate you.
All right.
Shout out to Mr. Justin passing through the tip of my hat to the illustrious panel, man. Shout out to you, fam.
Yep. What's up, Justin? How you doing, bro? 203, you're on live with K Zaggin and Miles on the Manhood is a Skill Set show. Name, age, and city. What's up?
What's good with y'all? Joe Blast.
Oh, Joe Blast.
What's up, Isaac? What's going on with you?
Yeah, man, we got AT. We got AT here too, man.
AT, what's going on?
This nigga AT not paying attention.
That nigga AT got a call from his ex-wife and shit.
Sorry,
When you gonna pick up the babies?
Sorry, I had to mute it. Tell you that I had to mute it. Dog barking. What's up, Joe Blast?
Ain't nothing hanging in there. So we have this
man.
game. I got a question. Hopefully, it doesn't sound too off to the side. But when you're talking about not wearing a mask for people, whether it be a woman or people in general, I've heard where certain people will say you don't let people know everything about you.
Right.
Now, for example, if you got maybe if you have a extreme temper or something that you've been working to try to not ever let that out to people because it could go wrong. Now, would something like that be considered still wearing a mask?
Miles, you want to get that first?
If you see, the thing is that it's one thing to be honest, but it's it's another thing where if you have issues that actually can possibly hold you back that you still need to work on, that's two different things. You understand? Because when we talk about being yourself, we're talking about the highest version of yourself. So if you actually have anger issues or anger problems, then nigga, you need to work on your fucking problems. You understand what I'm saying? That don't got nothing to do with your mask. That has something to do with your personal development. That has something to do with you making sure that you're a well-adjusted, healthy, productive human being that can carry himself in society and get what you want out of life. You understand what I'm saying? So just because you have an issue that you might want to keep to yourself until you've worked it out, that's a whole other that's different from like wearing a mask or being disingenuous. You get what I'm saying? So you have to know where your identity ends and your issues begin.
Well, and this is what I would say. Once you get to know yourself, you know what your triggers are. So if you're the type of dude, for instance, Joe, if you know the only time I really start tripping is when I start to care about a woman. Okay, then maybe you should take your time and not get so caught up in caring about a woman until you've had a chance to deal with your issues. So an example would be this. So you might have a guy when he's casually dating, he isn't as picky or particular about things. But when he gets into a relationship, he's more picky and more particular. So if you feel like, me getting jealous, for instance, or me being insecure usually comes as a result of when I'm in a relationship and a woman still acts like she's single. Don't get into a relationship then. Just casually date. Don't get too serious until you've had an opportunity to address whatever issues you have.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. You have another question?
Got.
No, that's all you got. AT, AT, you have anything to say about that?
I'm not sure. That's not my necessary area of expertise. I leave that to the experts like yourselves.
Right. All right. Yeah. All right. Just wanted to get you on that. All right. Well, Joe Blast, man, it's always a pleasure, man. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for always being a part of the moderatorship and the chat, man. Appreciate you. All right.
No doubt. Peace.
All right, man. Take care, bro.
Take it easy, Joe Blast.
All right. So we got 914. You're on live with K Zaggin and Miles on the Manhood is a Skill Set show. Name, age, and city, and how can we help you?
Noah, New York, 24. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Calling in. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, calling in. We got any questions? I just want to contribute to the show, get the calls going in. So with the topic about wearing a mask and not wearing a mask and being your authentic self, only thing I can think of that can help me contribute to the show is this past week I watched this TV show on Netflix called Wednesday, which is connected like to the Addams Family.
Yeah.
Which I know y'all are familiar with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that show, going into it, I saw it's a regular show. I'm not getting anything from it, but the main character, which is Wednesday, the thing that stands out about her the most is that she has I don't give like a F about what anyone thinks about me attitude.
Right.
Which I know what you guys preach a lot is like, be yourself, don't care what other people think or you say about you. How King Zagan mentioned earlier in the show how he would come off sometimes as unfriendly, but that's just who he is, and how a certain number of people would mess with that and other people that don't, he doesn't care. Like going back to the show, there were two situations that stood out to me the most. Was one where it was like a dance or something, and everyone was just like stay on the wall, just doing regular stuff. But Wednesday, she was being her true self. She was like dancing all weird, not caring what anyone was thinking. She was being herself. And then the second was there was a friend of hers that told her exactly that I admire how much you don't care about what people think about you. And her response was, I wish I did a little bit. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I want to contribute to the show about how to be authentic self, not give a F for what people think.
Right.
And it's always know your identity and stand true to it no matter what.
Facts, man. Appreciate you for calling in, man. I'm gonna have to go check that Netflix show out too. Is it pretty good?
It's official. It's really good.
All right, well, that's what's up, man. Appreciate you, man. All right, bro. Thanks for calling in. All right, and then we got 267. You're on live with K Zag and the Miles on the Manhood is a Skill Set show. You.
I'm gonna be recorded.
You. 267.
Caller.
All right, no, he good. 647. You're on live with K Zag and the Miles on the Manhood is a Skill Set show. Name, age, and city. How can we help you?
Hey. So Alex, 33, Toronto.
All right, what's going on, man?
Alex.
Okay, so I just wanted to add to the show. So the word person, it comes from the Latin personare, which means mask.
Okay.
And so the ancient and so like the ancient Greeks and Romans, they would wear masks in their plays, and it would have like a hole in the mouth,
uh-huh.
so you could hear the sound as they talked.
Right.
So a person is a mask.
Okay.
In like the actual like traditional like understanding of what the word is.
Right.
And we play roles in society.
Right.
So we have to wear these masks so we can get along with others, because no one can understand you unless you're wearing a specific like role that you're playing in a mask. So like a police officer has to act a certain way.
Okay.
However, when it comes to like you being yourself, that's just a matter of like your will, because there's no specific way in which society can tell you to be when you're being one-on-one with people.
Right.
So when you're interacting with women, it's the same thing. It's you have to be like what your will is, and then you have to express that as freely as possible.
That's a very interesting point, man. That's an interesting take. I appreciate that. Definitely.
I wholeheartedly agree, because look, here's the thing. This is what people got to understand. There was a time in society where it was acceptable for everyone to wear a mask. But if you think about it like this is what I want guys to I want guys to think about this. Why is it that 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, that arranged marriages were more acceptable then than they are now?
Mm-hmm.
Most women are not, even women in traditional societies where arranged marriages are more prominent, even those women are bucking the system. Why is that? You got to ask yourself, why is that? Why isn't that shit acceptable? Because more and more women, they're wanting more authentic and genuine interactions with men. They want to actually be attracted to the men they're going to ultimately be with. They actually want to enjoy the sex and enjoy being with those men. They actually want something genuine.
Facts.
Okay, whereas back in the day, it was like your virginity is being preserved for this lord or this emperor or this whoever the fuck, this monarch, whatever. and then you have these alliances of families. So your whole life is in service of your family, not in service of you. Women want to do shit that's in service of them.
Right.
So in order for them to do shit that's in service of them, it makes sense for them to seek someone out that they can vibe with in that way. So this is why more and more women, they're not with that arranged marriage shit like they used to be. Okay, they actually want love. They actually want. I want to be with someone that I choose. Like, let me tell you the story, and I'm gonna pass it back to you, Miles. My woman, my mother-in-law, she has a friend that's from India, and this probably happened about 10, 15 years ago, where her family, her friends from India family was trying to set her up in an arranged marriage. She didn't want to do that, and she was already in her 30s at this time. She's like, I don't want to do that. So her family gave her an opportunity. They said, okay, if you want to choose your own husband, you have this deadline. I think they gave her like 30 or 60 days to find her own husband. And she did. And she married to that motherfucker to this day. So what I'm saying is, even to this day, you have women, I want to choose the man that I want. And what guys have to understand, in order for you to be the type of man that a woman wants, you have to be authentic and genuine so you can get her authentic and genuine self. That's all I'm saying. Y'all got it, man.
Facts. There you go. There you go. There you go. Caller, man, we appreciate you bringing up the history and of the old Greek societies and stuff, man, and the Latin and all that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. That's all I wanted to add. You guys are doing a great job.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Be safe out there. Thanks for calling the show. All right. AT, man, what's going on with you, man? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. Yeah, sorry, it was like the dog barking and stuff earlier. That's why I kind of was muting.
You was muting out.
I didn't want to, get on there and interrupt things. But the last thing I wanted to ask is about, I guess, what either first or second caller said about successes with it. So do you feel like, I guess, with like taking off the mask of success, whether you if you want to hook up with a girl or not, or relationship or not, or whatnot, is it just about, do you think, like I guess even y'all were saying, being your authentic self, if you're out with a girl, telling her what you want, whether it's a win, lose, or draw, you're still going to get the outcome that you desire. If you tell a chick what you want, she says no, okay, you're not getting your time wasted, or you do go. So do you feel like that's how you, would define success in that situation, taking the mask off?
Let me say this, okay? The least of my concerns is sex. As much as I enjoy sex, and that would be my primary motivation for dealing with any woman, it's because I desire her sexually. That's the least of my concerns. I'm more concerned with a woman who can see me for who I am, because I'm presenting myself as who I am, and for her being okay with that. Because then I know any dealing that we have with each other is authentic and genuine. She's fucking with me for me. So there is no lie I have to tell her. There is no lie that I need to keep alive. Okay, there is nothing extra I need to do to keep her there. All I got to do is do exactly what I did when I first met her. Just be me. See, the easiest thing to do, a lot of guys, they're worried about women cheating on them. They're worried about keeping a woman. Guys are saying, don't get married, women are going to divorce you and all that type of shit. The easiest thing to keep a woman there is be the same person you was in the beginning. Be consistent. Now, that doesn't mean that a woman's going to stay, but it takes no effort at all to be you. It takes effort to be somebody else other than you.
Facts. That's some real shit.
Okay. So that, I guess it brought up a question I have. So then when you hear, women talk about like, oh, just be yourself and things will be fine. And you're saying, you being yourself, and that's what you're concerned about. Is there a difference in that, what they're saying versus what you're saying, or is it the same thing?
Well, when a woman says be yourself, she's like assuming that I'm sexually attracted to you. So a woman being attracted to you matters, because you can be yourself with a woman and still get rejected if she ain't feeling you.
Yo, AT, are we still talking about what women think or say, bro? Is that what we're doing?
Oh yeah, you're right.
I mean, what are we doing, bro?
You're right.
Yeah. I mean, what I told you, a woman doesn't lie. A woman doesn't tell the truth. She only explains how she feels in the moment. You understand? And just like what Kay Zagan just said, when women say be yourself, she is thinking of a hypothetical situation where she's in the face of a guy that she already finds attractive in every way. Do you understand? So even when she says that, it's still a delusional and entitled scenario that she's referring to. So this is why we can't really worry about what women have to say. The only thing we have to worry about is what we want and what we have to say, because ultimately, when we're in the face of the woman and we say, hey, and you lean over and you say, yo, with your sexy ass, I want to hike up that dress and pull my dick out and spank your ass with it. You understand what I'm saying? I want to show you how heavy my dick is by making your butt cheeks vibrate when I smack it.
This nigga descriptive as hell.
Like, now, when she turns around and says, oh, shit, here go my number, right? All of that shit that she was saying is about her hypothetical situation is out the window, because she wasn't expecting no nigga to say that to her. You get what I'm saying? So when she says yes to you, you may not even be her fucking type. But because of the shit you said to her in the moment turned her the fuck on, all of that other shit she was talking about in the previous conversation means absolutely nothing now. So why the fuck would I ever give a fuck about what a woman says to me when she's in a general conversation with anyone? Women say that shit all the time. Oh, just be yourself. I'm looking for an honest, kind, nice man. And so you put on a mask of a kind, nice, and honest man, and they still fucking reject you. You understand? But that same bitch talking about she want a kind, honest, and nice man, some fucking nigga that smells like jail in a fucking leather jacket and a bunch of tattoos, and he's big, burly, and brolic, don't know how to put two words together, comes up to her and grunts like, "Urgh." And she's like, hey, how you doing? And then she goes home with the nigga. So that whole conversation you had with her about a nice guy, did that matter? You get what I'm saying?
Nope, not at all. Right.
So that's why I
definitely understand.
That's why at the end of the day, look, women are beautiful creatures. Women are intelligent. They produce, they're productive citizens of society. It takes us and them for us to procreate. So I'm not reducing the importance of a woman. But when as men, we start to worry about what they have to say in reference to us, at the end of the day, bro, it don't matter. It don't matter, because what she's attracted to in that moment has nothing to do with what she's going to think and say during a casual conversation on a regular day. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. No, absolutely. And this is why, still tune in, still learning, because, even when I think like I got to a certain place or have all the answers, I realize I still don't have all the answers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, the reality of it is women really only want the truth when it benefits them. That's it. They don't, see, when women say, just be honest with me, they only want it when it benefits them. And this is what I mean by that. You will have some women that will be in a relationship where they think the guy is cheating, but they don't know it. Mm-hmm. But as so long as he says, baby, I'm not cheating, I just want you, they'll live with that comfortable lie. But as soon as the guy say, look, I got to be honest, I don't want to be in no committed relationship where I'm sexually exclusive to you. I want to go ahead and do my thing. You can do your thing. You're giving them the truth, but they don't like that. They would rather be in a relationship where they think a guy is cheating, but they can't prove it, than to be in a relationship where they know a guy is fucking, but he's honest about it.
Right. Nah, that's so crazy.
It is. I know you've been through that, Miles. I'm going through something similar right now, fam.
Yeah.
So when I say I'm going through some shit right now, where I'm like, it's causing some issues because people can't handle the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they would rather live that comfortable lie where they know what it is ain't really what it is, but because there's no proof of it, they just say, they rationalize why they're still there.
Exactly.
Okay? Versus when they know for a fact that you out there doing your thing, it starts to eat at them and shit, and they can't take that shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man.
Facts. All right, yo. So, AT, man, I'm gonna let you go, man. I give you the last word.
Oh man, I just definitely, appreciate talking to you guys again. I know, it's been a while just, doing, like I said, work and stuff, dad stuff, but I'm still always usually tuning in, paying attention, even if I'm not, calling or anything. And as always, I always appreciate, the time and, information you guys give, man. And just because, with the death of like ARC just making me think, man, appreciate this stuff every day, man, because we never know when it's not going to be here.
Exactly. That's a fact, man.
Take care of your health.
Yep. Shout out to ARC, man. Shout out to all the real truth sayers.
Rest in peace and rest in paradise to the
Yeah,
homie.
that's facts.
Because damn, that shit came out of fucking nowhere. Like, God damn.
All right, AT, man, I'll let you go, man. Keep doing your parenting duties, and we appreciate you. And be safe out there in these streets, bro.
Yep.
Y'all too. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.
All right, peace. We got another call. 973. You on live with K Zag and Miles on the Manhood is a skill set show. Name, age, and city. What's up?
Miles K Zag, and yo, it's a pleasure, y'all. My name is Brandon, New Jersey, 26. So
New Jersey.
I got a testimonial about you.
What's up?
A little testimonial about what you said. Because you know what women say in the moment, you know, it doesn't really matter. So let me just go off. So I was at work, and I know y'all don't advise that, you know, hit on women at work, whatever it be with. So I was at work, I was doing my thing. And I do valet trash, I pick up trash and whatnot. And then this chick, she came outside, she offered me a glass of water. So I was like, okay, yeah, why not? So I went in. Okay. She said, you can come in if you want. Okay, bet. I'm gonna sit down if you don't mind. My legs are tired. She said, okay, you can close the door if you want. I was like, oh shit, it's about to go down. So look, we chatted up, there's a conversation, we having a good time, whatever. I was telling her about my business, she was telling me about her business and her past relationship, whatever. And then it got to a little flirting thing where she was talking about her nationality and whatnot. She had a little Puerto Rican in her, but it wasn't that much. And then she was talking about how people would tell her that she got some big lips. Okay. And I was like, well, damn, you got some kissable lips, I gotta admit. And then she laughed, we giggled or whatever, and I told her, look, I really want to kiss you right now. And then what she says was, well, look, I'm not gonna let you kiss me, but I'm really flattered. So I was like, okay, well, no problem. So we chatted up for extra 10 minutes or whatnot, and then I get up and I was like, I gotta go back to work. So within that conversation, she telling me that she gotta leave in about 24 hours or something like that, because her pops is about to pick her up. She's about to go back to Michigan or something like that. So I was like, look, I look at my watch, I'm like, she got 24 hours. So look, I can hit you up when I'm done, and because I gotta go finish my job, and you know we can make it happen. We get it popping. And then she looked at me. Remind you, my hand was on the doorknob. I was about to go out, and I'm looking dead at her while I'm saying this. And then she's telling me I'm such a tease and whatnot. So right then and there, I use my left hand. I pull her towards me. I wrap it around her waist. I pull her towards me, and I'm going into the kiss. And then she says, close the door. Everybody's looking. I'm like, man, let me close the door. So I do that. I close the door. And then I didn't push her against the door, but, you know, I laid her gently against the door, and I started making out with her.
Okay.
So that bullshit about she's not going to let me kiss her, all that changed when I made the move. You know what I'm saying? She didn't back up. She didn't say no. She didn't say this, that, and the third. You feel me? So you know, we making out for a little, and that. Hello?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So right then and there, she started me pushing me back towards her room, and then I was like, okay, well, look, I can't do this right now because I gotta go back to work, and this is where, because I've been listening to you and I've been listening to y'all for a while, so that's when it hit, take the lead. So I told the exact list. I was like, look, this is what I want you to do. Call your peoples. Let me know how far out they are. And then after you call your people, you take a shower. And after you take a shower, I'm gonna call you when I'm done. When I'm done with my job, and then we're gonna go from there. So she says, okay, right? I said, okay, well, look, I'm gonna grab my gloves and go. So that's what I did. I went, finished my job, did my thing, and then I hit her up after I'm done with my job. I asked her, did you call your people? She said, yeah. Right? She said they're gonna be back, they're gonna be here in about an hour and a half. I'm like, damn, okay. So I guess we got about 45 minutes, 30 minutes to crunch it in.
Right.
And then she started giggling, she started laughing. So by that time, by the end of the conversation, I pulled up in front of her crib and I tell her I'm outside.
Yeah.
Now check this out. She started having second thoughts about it. She started having second thoughts. Listen. She started having second thoughts about it. she started saying, well, look, remember what I told you about my energy and whatnot? You know, this, that, and the third. Giving me some bullshit. I don't, listen, in my head, I'm thinking, look, she did exactly what I said. She knew it was about to go down.
Okay, all right, let me call him. Hold on real quick. You still there? Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Go ahead, Kay.
Is he still? No. Now, here's the thing. Okay, let me get back to the very beginning.
Wait. Kizak, did you get cut out for a second?
Cut off and came back in.
Okay, hold on for a second. He's about to finish up. Call it. Just finish up the story for us.
Well, yeah. Long story short, she started having second thoughts, and then I started telling her, look, damn, I really want to eat you out. I can at least eat you out.
Right.
I like to take my time out. I like to make a woman's leg shake. You know, I started to put a little flavor in here, you know, getting her enticed to the idea. And then when I told her I was going back to the car, because I was literally outside her door. So I told her while I was going back to my car.
Yeah.
She said, while I was saying that, she said, where are you? I told her I'm in my car.
Uh-huh.
She says, come back upstairs, but be quiet.
Okay.
I'm like, man, okay.
Nigga, you better finish up the story, man. Hurry up, man.
I went in there, we made it happen. And that was that.
Okay, so you finally you smashed.
Yeah, I smashed.
Oh my God. Well, great story, bro. Great fucking story. And I'm glad what we try to teach kicked in and you took the lead. Now, Kazak, go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say in the very beginning when she said, "Oh, I don't want to make out." This is what I want guys to understand. And sometimes women will do that. And what they're trying to do, they're trying to create a situation where you can be aggressive. Because that's what they want. Because a lot of times you're not being. When she invited you into the house, she probably already had this vision of you coming into the house, closing the door, and snatching her up. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is she already had this vision of probably some type of dominant sexual thing happening.
Right.
So sometimes when you don't bite on that or you don't do what she fantasizes about, she'll try to jumpstart that fantasy by saying, "Oh, I don't want to kiss," hoping that you'll take it.
Right.
You'll come take that kiss. Like you said, you grabbed her by the waist. You know what I'm saying? That's that aggressive. Come here, girl. You know what I'm saying? Which is what she wanted from the beginning. And this is why she told you what she told you, so she can jumpstart that type of interaction. Now, I want guys to understand, don't assume, though, that just because a woman says, "I don't want to kiss you," or whatever, don't assume that that's what she means. In that case, it's clearly what she means because her actions told you that's what it meant. You know what I'm saying? Now, you eating a chick because the first time you fucking, I ain't with all that shit. But do your thing, though.
Yeah, here's what I want to add on that. The day prior, because she had a man. The day prior, she got into it with her man. So they were getting into. They had a big ass fight. It was physical.
Wait. Did you witness that, or did she tell you that?
So I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. Did you witness that, or did she tell you that?
No, I didn't witness it, but I saw the cops there the day prior. And the day after, when she came into the crib, asked me for the bottle of water, you know, all that. Well, she asked me for if I want to go in for a drink, for water and all that. And that's what she told me. So it made sense that, okay, she told me her man got arrested because of it. The day prior was when the cops were called. I was just passing through, I was doing my thing. And then the day
dirty as hell, bro. Her man get arrested and she fucking a nigga the next day and shit. She dirty. But that's how women do though. Look, I want guys to understand that's how quickly women transition from fucking with one dude to the next for some dick. It's that quick. Her man got into an argument, he get arrested. Instead of her trying to bail him out, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to get a nut. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it happened just that quickly. This is why when guys be worried about women being faithful and loyal and all that shit, the best you can hope for, not even hope for, I hate to even say hope, because that sounds weak as fuck. Okay, the best you can do is just let women know, hey, if we're going to be in a monogamy-oriented relationship, if you get caught cheating, it's over. Okay, that's the best you can do. But this hope of women being loyal and faithful, man, yeah, man, that's a pipe dream. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say it can't happen, but it's just to say this is how quick chicks move from one thing to the next. That quick.
Right. Well, another thing I learned from that situation is, not situation, but one thing I learned from that was if I would have never said or enticed the idea about me wanting to kiss her, nothing would have happened.
Right.
So since
it wouldn't have. No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have.
Yeah. So since I did that, since I knew what I wanted, it happened.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, and I'm glad you realized that, because you have a strange woman inviting you into her. She could have just bought you a cup of water outside and be like, "You thirsty?" and been done with it. But she invited you into the house, so it's clear that she wanted something to jump off. She was just giving you enough room for you to see what she was trying to do, and she wanted you to take it from there. That's all it was.
Right, and I sensed that too. I sensed that too. Once she invited me in, I was like, "Oh well, okay. I think she definitely wants something."
Yeah, I used to do the Census Bureau thing where you would go door to door and you would ask how many people live there and all that type of shit. And I was having these older chicks invite me into their crib, and it was every time it was on and popping. I would be at the door and I would see that there would be some women who like would stood guard over their threshold, like ask me whatever you're gonna ask me right here. And there were other women who they were literally they saw me. They didn't even see my badge or my credentials. They would be like, "Oh, come on in, have a seat. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty?" And I'm like, "God damn, I just barely came to the door and you asked me to come in your crib." So they was already showing me that they wanted something to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And sometimes you just got to take advantage of it and make shit happen.
Exactly.
And just recognize and realize now, if you're at work, you want to be careful because you don't want to get fired, because they can always report you for some shit. So you want to be careful and you want to be certain that what you're seeing is what you're seeing, but you also want to make sure that how you coming at the woman is how you need to come at her in that moment and shit. So in other words, you don't want to come in the house and immediately just grab her and start kissing her. Or you kind of want to read the shit. You want to kind of read the room for a moment and make sure that what you think it is what it is.
Right. Caller, how old are you? Again?
I'm 26.
26. Yeah, you at that age, bro, where you need to be prepared to get in pussy at any given moment, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the only reason I'm saying is because, and I feel like you probably had enough time to smash, because you say you sat and talked to her for like 10 minutes when she was giving you the water in the crib.
Yeah, I did. I mean,
yeah,
I'm gonna admit, Miles, I'm not as gamed up. I'm gonna admit, I'm not as gamed up.
Okay. Now, the only reason, I'm just saying, I'm saying to make sure that you're prepared. You understand what I'm saying? Like you in that age range where sex can happen at any time. You know what I'm saying? You're a young dude. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you keep Jimmy hats on you. Make sure you stay clean, even when you're on the job. So make sure whatever you got on your coveralls while you're doing your garbage work, but make sure you clean under that, though. You understand what I'm saying? Like, make sure you still prepared.
Oh, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, keep shit ready.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. I take care of myself. I'm always well groomed.
Yeah.
Shit, I keep two straps in the car just in case, just for reasons like that. I keep 2 straps in the car.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't be in the car. They should be on you, though. They should be on you.
Right.
Yeah, they should be on you.
I feel you. I got
you know what I'm saying? So when you up in the crib, shit, as soon as you pulled her by the waist to kiss her, that should have been it right there. You could have, you know what I'm saying? You could have knocked that down right there. You feel me?
Right then and there on the spot. Yep.
Yeah, I got you.
Right then and there. Because that's the part of the fantasy. I mean, sometimes these women, like K-Zach said, she probably have it in her mind to invite the garbage man into the house and get dick down right then and there. That's the fantasy. You understand what I'm saying? So, if you, like K-Zach said, if you read the room and it's a cool situation, then, you want to be spontaneous, but prepared. Because spontaneity has everything to do with being prepared and adaptable. Like, a lot of people don't understand that spontaneity is not about just doing shit at any given moment, at any given time. It just seems that way to the uninitiated because you are just always prepared and adaptable at any time. You get what I'm saying?
You know what it's almost like, Miles? It's like prepared for excitement.
Exactly.
You're prepared to do some exciting shit at any given moment.
At any given moment, you're prepared. So to anybody else, it just seems like, oh wow, he's so spontaneous. He's wild and crazy. No, bitch. I'm very calculated. It's just that I'm prepared at all times. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. All right, bro?
Yeah, a lot of that has to do with staying consistent too.
Exactly. That's a fact.
Well, and also not wearing a mask, because you could have kept on that, because you could have been like a goofy nigga and offered her a date. So how about I take you out sometime? And she would have looked at you like, you're killing my fantasy.
You killing my fantasy, nigga.
You're killing my fantasy. This is what a lot of guys don't get. A lot of women have sexual fantasies, and they go out of their way to try and set up a situation where it could play itself out, but they need you to say and do the things for it to actually go there. So a lot of times when guys offer dates to women where the woman is actually sexually attracted to you can actually kill what she thought it was going to be like because you offered that date. Just something to think about.
All right, caller, man. We appreciate you for sharing your story, man. Appreciate that, man. That was very entertaining. All right, bro. Be safe out there.
Thanks.
All right, peace.
Okay, we good on calls?
Now we got one more. 612, you on live with K Zaggin on the Manhood is a Skill Set show, name, age, and city. What's up?
Yo, CJ, 26, Minnesota.
All right, what's up, CJ? What's on your mind?
What's going on, man? Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, all right. Appreciate you, man. What's going on?
What's up, man?
So just in terms of like wearing that mask, I was just trying to say, like, you don't even, like, sometimes when you wearing it, you don't even know you wearing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You could be in a situation and you just think that shit is regular.
Right.
The whole time. Like, after the fact, you would think about it, you'd be like, damn, like, I know I shouldn't be doing it or something won't be feeling right, but you would still be like, fuck it, whether it be the bitch or it be like, you know what I'm saying? It's the situation you're in. So I'll just be like, for the guys that don't know, like, how can they determine that they wearing, you know what I'm saying, that they wearing a mask?
But that's a caller. That's a great point. That speaks to social conditioning. That speaks to you were brought up a certain way, or you were indoctrinated to believe that you should conduct yourself a certain way when you deal with women. Like an example would be this: if you were told, man, you never bring up sex to a woman. Look, invite her out on a couple of dates, build rapport with her, get to know her, and then let her let you know whether or not it's okay. Okay, you were indoctrinated to behave that way. So if you were indoctrinated to behave that way, you're automatically told it don't matter what you want. You set aside what you want in favor of what the woman wants. Give her what she wants first, and maybe you can get what you want on the back end. And even that type of thought process is wearing a mask, because you're being told, don't be honest about how you feel about shit and how you actually want shit to go.
Right.
Do shit based on what the woman wants, or what you've been told to believe what the woman wants, and then you'll get what you want in the end. And it don't work that way. A lot of guys' frustrations is because they've done everything how society laid it out to do. And then you're looking up and you've been used, you've been mistreated, you've been played, and you're mad at the woman. And what it is, you're the one who fell for the okie doke. You're the one who fell for the bullshit, because deep down inside, when you're doing it, sometimes you know, I don't feel right. Like, there's something going on with this situation where
you know you gonna feel
you know that it ain't right, because you're doing shit you don't want to do.
Right.
But you feel like, but if I say something, I'm gonna upset the balance of how things are, right? And then when you do say something, you end up getting into an argument with the chick, and you be like, man, I knew I should have said nothing. I should have just kept doing what I was doing. But no, you should have said something, and when you said it, that was the moment you realized this chick ain't for me.
Facts. Damn.
Yeah, man.
Nah, that's real, man.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, man, the lies are always there's always an expiration to a lie. So the truth is gonna come out at one point or another. You know what I'm saying? Your soul gonna talk to you, or your subconscious. Something gonna talk to you and let you know that what you're doing ain't all the way right. And then you're gonna be compelled to do what's honest to you. And ultimately, you know, it's sad, because that's when a lot of your quote unquote friends is gonna start looking at you and saying that you changing. You understand? But when the truth is, you was never really that nigga to begin with. You understand what I'm saying? It's just that, remember, and I said this the other day, remember, a lot of the friends that you had, a lot of the reasons why they your friends was circumstantial. Y'all grew up in the same neighborhood just by chance. You was born into this family, they was born into that family. Y'all lived in the same neighborhood, so y'all ended up at the same school. Based on your last name, y'all ended up in the same class. And y'all ended up sitting together because the fucking Delaney cards, the teacher put y'all in the same section. So then y'all ended up being friends. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with friendships that happen like that. I'm just saying that there are a lot of circumstances that put you together. So as you continue to grow older and you develop into the person that you really, really are, all of those circumstances are not the same a lot of times they're not necessarily parallel to the person you become. So you start to organically grow apart from all of your elementary school niggas or your junior high school niggas or your high school niggas. You grow apart from them niggas. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but when you start being exactly who you truly want to be, they're gonna look at you and be like, nigga, you acting brand new, man. You changing. You want some other shit, nigga. And then you looking at them like, nah, bro.
Shit, type shit, all types of shit.
Yeah, it's like, nah, bro, this is me. It's just that, we was just circumstantial friends from the beginning. Like, we never really been through shit. It's just that we ended up going to the same fucking high school and seeing each other every fucking day in our formative years. So it seems like we're best friends, but we're really not, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So
that Miles, and you have similar interests. Like, let's say y'all play sports together.
Yeah.
Or y'all y'all like to go to parties and get at bitches. That's your similar interest. So that's the tie that binds. But when you really break it down, y'all not really the same nigga. Y'all really don't gel like that. Y'all just have those similar bonds. So to Miles's point, when you in middle school, you know everybody.
Right.
And when you in high school, you feel like you got 30 friends. By the time you graduating, you realize I can count all my friends on one hand. Where did everybody go?
Well, yeah.
Because what started happening is you started to evolve. You started to evolve and you started to get more in tune with who you really are. And either people just moved away from you because of that, or you moved away from people because you realize, man, these niggas is on some sucker shit. These niggas is suckers, or there was some other shit. I'm growing and I'm evolving as a man, and now I'm on this shit. And you begin to realize I stand alone.
Exactly.
There aren't too many guys that really think and move like I move.
Exactly. I literally have the newest installment on the Masculine Identity membership right now. The newest installment is called Friends Fall Off. You understand? So it's a video talking about this very topic and about how the development of your identity sometimes results in you losing friends. And it's just the reality of the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's something that as men we have to deal with, so, and I always tell niggas, if you got more than literally, if you really think you got more than 10 real friends, then you need to really check your shit. Like, you really need to check your shit.
Not even 5.
Yeah, not like you really don't have.
If you got two, nigga, if you got two niggas,
right,
that you're really close to, you're blessed.
You really ain't got 5. That's a fact. You really ain't got 5. But
you got two real good niggas you close to.
A lot of niggas love to front like, yeah, those are my niggas. Like, nah, bro, they really not, bro. And
yeah,
so
we cool, but we ain't like in your time of need, nigga. If you was on your deathbed, where niggas fly, where you at? When niggas hop on a plane, come where you at, take care of your family, put some ends up, but I got it. Like, no, when niggas really do the most to be sure that you straight or that your family straight, would they?
Would they? Right. Yeah, Coley, you were saying you got a main homie and whatever. What you saying?
Nah, yeah, I was just saying one of my main homies, like, we was road dogs, so doing everything together. But he was always the relationship type. You know what I'm saying? And I was always just like messing with different chicks on the side. But when he get in a relationship, he'll look at me kind of weird, like resentment, like, damn, you out here doing this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And he got to call his girl bugging him, they fighting and shit.
Right.
But then he'll be looking at me like, I ain't got them problems. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it just came to a point to where, like, damn, bro, I gotta let you, you know what I'm saying? I gotta let you go, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he got it, and it's not nothing. Look, and it's not nothing malicious neither. It's not nothing bad. It's like niggas is gonna move in different directions, bro, and it's just a reality of life. You understand? And you gotta let that nigga go with no hard feelings. You understand? No love lost. And when I say that, I really, really mean that. I'm not saying that on some, backhanded, fuck a nigga shit. I'm saying like, no love lost mean I don't love you any less, but I realize you're going this way and I gotta go this way.
Right.
So
And I gotta go my way.
yeah,
Right.
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
But then they'll still look at you. They'll still look at you like, damn, this nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? They can't take that. Like they think
right.
They
well,
think you dissing them or you.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, Carl. If you're dealing with a dude, like let's say for the sake of argument, you guys go out, y'all fuck hoes every fucking weekend, and you got a partner. He's trying to be married and have a family. He's trying to spend all his weekends on trips and family vacations. If you really love that nigga and he really your nigga, you gonna give him your blessing. All right, man. Well, look, I'm still here, partner. If you need anything, I'm here. And you're gonna let that nigga do him.
Exactly.
But when you got niggas that hate on you or they feel some type of animosity, they ain't really your homies.
Right. Exactly.
That part. And that's what I'm saying though. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy how you will grow up with somebody and you'll be thinking like, they really there. Like, we've been through fight. Like, we've been through everything, bro. Like, bonding this nigga out. He bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been through everything. And then when you get older, you will just see like, damn, like he really ain't. Like, we really ain't compatible. Like, to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So you be like, damn.
Yeah, it just is what it is, man. But hey, caller, man, we appreciate you for calling in and sharing your story, man. Thanks for calling in, man. You stay safe out there in these streets, all right, bro?
All right, bro.
All right, take it easy, man.
We in super overtime, my nigga.
Yeah, I'm about to kill these phone lines right now, nigga.
You gonna do the questions? Or you want to go ahead and just end it?
We
got a bunch of. We ain't got to do them, man. We can do this shit some other time.
Nah, let's just do it real quick. We gotta do it quick though, bro. You gotta be
cool. I know, nigga. You look at me like nigga. All right, so anyway, let's go. All right, so this dude says, nowadays, when as men try to be leader in a relationship, we come as narcissists. Any advice on that? Okay, real quick, it don't matter. Okay, you're the leader of your situation. Either the chick is gonna follow you or she's not. All that other shit don't matter.
Exactly. Next question. That's it. I'm good.
All right, so he says, what do you do when your girlfriend who follows your lead in a relationship wants something from you that you really don't want to do? When do you do it anyway because of the relationship? And no, you don't compromise nothing. Look. Let me say this real quick. When you get into a relationship, the woman should know exactly who you are, what you cool with doing and not doing. You don't get into a relationship and then she expects you to start doing some shit you wasn't doing just because she had that fucking title.
Exactly.
Fuck no.
Exactly. If she is really trying to get you to do shit that she know is not you, then that means you misrepresented something about yourself early on in the relationship. Mm-hmm. That's what that means.
Or you was doing it and then you stopped believing that you got her, and then now she's looking at you like you used to do this. You're like, well, I'm good now. I got you.
Right. Exactly.
Inconsistency is why you have your issues, bro. All right, so let's move on. So he says, if you're really feeling the chick, what's wrong with not wanting her to fuck anyone else when you want a relationship with her? Okay, let me just say this. This is my issue with that. I don't want, if a woman doesn't want to fuck anyone else, I want it to be because she don't want to fuck with anyone else. I don't want a woman to quote unquote try to be faithful to me because that's what I want her to do.
Right.
I want her to do it because that's what she wants to do. There's a big difference between a woman coming to you and saying, I don't want to have sex with no one else, versus you telling her, I don't want you to have sex with no one else. When you do that, a woman is going to look at the prospect of not having a relationship with you, so she's going to promise you something that she can't keep. What did you say, Miles? Women don't lie. They don't tell the truth. They just say how they feel in the moment. Because she wants a relationship, she'll say, sure, I'll be faithful. A week later, she run into a nigga she's sexually attracted to and she's sucking the fucking.
Exactly.
So let's move on to the next one. Next question. Crystal Players, what's the best way to start sex with your maid when she likes to bend over and look at me? Okay, nigga, you being silly. Okay, I can't deal with no silly shit. All right, K-Zach, you mentioned you going through something right now. Just wondering, what's your active dating strategy? Asking because I recall you hadn't tried online apps. Had that changed? No, I still don't do online dating. It don't mean that I won't do it eventually.
Yo, I hate these niggas asking these personal questions as if what you going through is actually going to help them necessarily.
No, and it's not. No, and my thing is, do what's comfortable to you. Like, we all have our own unique personality.
Right.
Hey, do shit based on your personality. If you're the type of guy where, yeah, I heard online dating is cool, but that really ain't, like, online dating ain't really me. So I don't do it. It doesn't mean that I won't do it in the future, but if I do it in the future, it's not going to be because I heard some other nigga tell me to do it.
Right.
It's going to be because I came to the conclusion, you know what? Fuck it. Let me try this thing.
Right.
Because I'm ready to, because my mind is there. But that's all I got, man. That's it, man. We good on questions now.
All right. So yeah,
guys,
make sure y'all go to manhoodisaskillset.com. Make sure y'all go to masculineidentitymembership.com. Make sure y'all go to badboymembership.com. And make sure y'all check us out tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time for the Real Game No Theory panel show, where we got Mr. 1950, Steve Dedeen, Kay Zagan, Lucario, and myself. And yeah, man, tune in tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, man. We all gonna be on there. It's gonna be a party, man. It's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be lit and all that. And once again, rest in peace to ARC. Again, you know, it's like every time we lose another dude that spit the real game, it's like, you know, because a lot of people love to lump, because I'm hearing a lot of this shit of niggas lumping him in with whatever pill community. And I'm like, I don't know if he would, you know what I'm saying? Like, he may have mentioned it or whatever, just in conversation, but nigga, you got to understand that a lot of us OGs been spitting game before y'all niggas knew what a pill was.
Well, let me just say this. We're all standalone. We stand alone. Right. Meaning, Miles stands alone. Lucario stands alone. ARC, may God bless his soul, he stood alone. Ron Wills, we all stand alone as our own individual man. There's no movement that we belong to.
Right.
We just fuck with niggas that are real niggas. We gravitate to real niggas. Game recognized game. That's why we mourn the passing of ARC, because that was a brother that was on it. And we recognize that brother's power and that brother's strength. And damn, he's gone, because every time, like you said, Miles, every time a real one dies, it's just more fake niggas that's out there.
Right.
So we lost a real one that was a G in the game, and now that's 10 more fake niggas that's gonna rise up in his place.
Right.
So that's why we mourn him. That's why his passing is a difficult thing. But anyway, man, that's it. That's all. Look, tomorrow noon Eastern Standard Time, 11 or Eastern Standard Time, 11 Central Standard Time. Fuck with us. Like the video on the way out. Feel free to donate to our Cash Apps and PayPals.
Yep.
All money is good money. It's all good. It's all love. We out this bitch. Peace.